Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My fault. My fault. My fault. All right. Yes, it's supposed to be okay now. I never turned on one of the things. All right. No problem. No problem. As I've said, sorry guys. Welcome back to the Wemaxit football channel, where in which we chop up almost everything on the day. All right. We have a few matches played yesterday. We want to go through those, go through the groupings and who they actually could face. All right. This is normally a 2-hour program, so just let me get going by smashing up the like button and getting involved. We saw that Mr. Sheridan here already. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. We saw our brother Martin Baker here. All right, no problem. Jeremy, thanks very much. It's okay. It's fixed now. It's fixed now. It's okay now. It's okay now. All right. Yes, it's okay now. I'm sure it's okay. It's just my system had some problems at the time because I never turned it on. All right, sorry about that. Sometimes I got caught up and upset, you know. Yes, because of the results and certain things that people told me. I'm not seeing it, so I never really feel well, you know. Yes. So, anyways, let me move on towards the situation at hand, guys, which is the games. So this is what Concacaf wrote, not me or anyone else. Concacaf wrote this. They said late Guadeloupe push beats Jamaica, while 80 tops Suriname. All right, can't put it any other way. The teams from Group G and Group H of the 2023 Concacaf Men's Under 17 Championship in Guatemala were back in action on Tuesday, with Guadeloupe and Haiti earning their first wins of the tournament, while Honduras and Costa Rica punched their tickets to the knockout stages. All right, Group G, Guadeloupe 2, Jamaica 1. The day in Group G at the Estadio Dorotio Flores in Guatemala City saw Guadeloupe rally from a late 1-0 deficit to edge Jamaica 2-1. Ronaldo Barrett had the Reggae Boys in front 1-0 41 minutes in the game. A lead that held until the final quarter hour. The Guadeloupe comeback started in the 78th minute as William Jack found an equalizer to make it 1-1. Guada Boys then got the winning score in the 98th minute courtesy of Maloza for the first 3 points of the tournament. All right, so that's exactly what they said. Then they moved on to Cuba, Costa Rica. That one ended 4-0. The nightcap in Group G ended with a commanding victory for Costa Rica over Cuba 4-0. The Ticos enjoyed a strong first half hour with goals from Bustos, Sandy, and Marato, giving Costa Rica a 3-0 halftime lead. Akeem Wilson would tack on the fourth and final goal of the night for the Central Americans in the 79th minute to complete a 4-0 rout. All right, so that is the situation. So let me start from the top. We're going to flick over and start from the top, guys. Let me start from the top. All right. All right, so let me start from the top. First game, which is the Jamaica versus Guadeloupe. Oh, what are your belief, guys? Because I just had a short video on Instagram giving my take on it. So what are your belief? What you you thought went wrong for Jamaica and what you thought went right for Guadeloupe? Let me know in the comment section. Because for me, I honestly I had to say to people that for me, it was a little bit different because it looked like I'm seeing things that others not seeing, you know, clearly. Because at halftime, I said, I thought that Guadeloupe was the better team, due to the fact that they are doing the fundamentals properly. They are winning the ball back and in the attacking phase, in the midfield phase, and also the defensive phase, and they are very much composed. Jamaica got away a few times, and then they took the ball away from Jamaica and calmly passed it out, even in front of their own goal. They passed the ball out. So I'm saying, are these guys so confident? Wow. You understand me? And that confidence just keep on brimming because they keep on passing through our lines over and over and over and over and over and over. They won the midfield. Pretty much they dominated the midfield. They dominated the midfield. Dominated the midfield. Every single time they either forced us off the ball or took the ball away and created something. But just the number 11 in the first half was so bad. He was the worst player on the entire field from both teams. That is Jack that scored the actual one. He was the worst player on the entire field, because I can promise you, if he had done what he did in the latter stages, we would have been in trouble, because our goal difference would have gone down a lot. He got so many chances, and what he did, cut back the ball every single time. But what I looked at, I thought that he was wrong-footed on that wing, but he can't use his left foot the right way. Obviously, he scored with it in the end. You get me? But he can't whip it in to make a cross. You understand me? So he keeps on chopping it back to come back in midfield, and he keep on giving it back to Jamaica's midfield. And Jamaica midfield just did one better, give it back to Guadeloupe right after him giving it back to Jamaica. You get me? Yes, so that is one of the biggest problems of the night. So maybe it kind of fooled us to think that we were actually doing much things in the game, but we weren't. We weren't. Went back and look at it, it's the same thing. Because I thought I was actually tired, so I'm seeing things different from everyone else. No, I wasn't really seeing anything different. That's exactly what happened in the game. They were better than us from the first half. First half ended, them having better possession. We had much more shots, because remember, that's the only thing we came on the field to take shots. Because we should have listened to the man when he was doing his post-match. If we score, we can't lose the games then, because we have a good defense. But the truth is, if we keep the ball, possess the ball, we can't lose games. And then we built off that. But if we don't possess the ball, more likely we are putting ourselves back on the back foot to can't win anything. You understand me? And that is the actual truth. If we keep on giving away the ball, you cannot score either. And you're putting up yourself to concede. You know? Yeah. Bless up Wayne Evans. Blessed to all stakeholders in the Wemaxit. Big up JD. The Reggae Boy girls are training in Australia and getting ready to play Spain. I am not going to be available for most of those games. They're going to be too late for me. Those changes killed JA. We were dominating the team in the match. Red card changed and caused JA. Demo, I can tell you, at this first time, I can tell you, say flat out wrong, Demo. Me don't know which part of Jamaica that dominate. Nobody. Demo, that's the first thing me can tell you, say you're 175% wrong. Me not ask you, me I tell you, you're 175% wrong. Alright? Unless you're just saying that, trying to get the ball in the final third and look like you're doing something is dominating. But you never won more ball in midfield than Guadeloupe. You never pass more balls than Guadeloupe. And you never create more actual stable wing plays than Guadeloupe. You only get the ball up there and try and get it in the box. I said at halftime, I had said, yes, Jamaica get the better opportunities in the end. But all those opportunities come about is important, because you can be subjected to counters if you attack the wrong way. You understand me? So I don't know. Maybe Dima have to explain, but I know Dima can't explain what I saw. And what I am 1000% right. We never dominated. I don't know where this red card thing came about. They were the better team before the red card. Go back to my halftime. I literally pointed out everything. I said once they can fix that number 11. So, alright, how ironic. If we were dominating them, how can I look at you and tell you that once this number 11 act with some sense, Jamaica not winning this game? Because the first thing I've noticed after 2 minutes is to say that the number 9, we can't mark him. The number 9, we can't mark him. That's a big player. He's too big. I think Costa Rica could mark him as well. So I'm not going to blame Jamaica for that. We're not going to blame Jamaica for that, because nobody could have marked him. I don't know how that guy is 16. That is true. He's too big and strong sometimes. So we have to be honest there. So I'm not going to blame Jamaica for that. Nobody could have marked him. You get me? Yes, so nobody could have marked him right there. Um, the first 2 minutes, I saw him hold the ball and turn on two of our defenders in our own box and got a shot off. It was a scruffed shot. So if the number 11 that got all the isolated moments, because he had the most isolated moments in the first half, the number 11 from Guadeloupe, from actual Guadeloupe. Go back and look at that. So I'm gonna show you, every single metric of the game, they were the ones doing more than Jamaica, before the red card. So I don't know where we can say we dominate something when every single metric, I've wrote down every single damn thing. And nothing Jamaica never do more better than them. Nothing more than just get some shots off. Nothing more. So it can be deceiving if you just run up and down and look flashy. You understand me? It can be very much deceiving. Let me give you the first half stats. Because remember, we have a live stream, so you can go back on the live stream and see for yourself. So clearly, I have seen the same thing that the stats matched up me. Instant. As I've looked at the stats, I said the same thing before the stats come up. Because it was very clear. Jamaica never had more of the ball. Jamaica never won the midfield. They were always passing out the midfield. Every single time, their midfield passer could have played a diagonal to an empty space. Number 3, don't know what he's doing. Number 2, out of position. Every single time they drop the ball in the pocket. And that's why the number 11 become the most active person on the field. You understand me? Yes, but more likely, maybe a Jamaica alone we are watching on the field. Alright? JA had no midfield yesterday. Big up yourself, Kevin. If the number 11 was better, JA would get more. Yes, that was very, very clear. I think people need to go back and watch the game a second time. You get me? Go back and watch the game a second time because we want to have the conversation, and not because I'm talking loud. That I'm not disrespecting anybody. I am just pumped because what I'm seeing is not what people are saying. JD, when you have a higher footballing education and understanding of all aspects of the game, you will see games from different views. Yeah, but Boss Thomas, so hold on, you tell me, say me alone know football? I'm smiling. JD, look as if some people take you for idiot. Your analysis is always spot on. No, I've watched it 2.5 times. Not 3 times because I never had the time. I watched it 2.5 times. Just to make sure I know what I'm coming here to say. Because I don't want to come off like I am fighting nobody or anything, I wanted to make sure I get it right, and people need to watch it again, man, because something wrong. We're not seeing what we think we saw, because this blaming of red card, no. Maybe red card stop us from yeah, maybe we could have won the game without the red card. That is true. That is true. We maybe could have, but that would not tell that we're the better team. And we would have this false hope going in. We would have still have this false hope going in. Alright? Let me go through the comments. What if you take what time? No, I'm going to take calls right after. Once we finish all of the chopping up, we take the calls, and because I want to make sure we give everybody their chance. All right, Caribbean teams keep beating up Jamaica from 2019. We got beat by St. Vincent and Dominica at Youth 23, and then DR beat us at Youth 20, and then our best team fails miserable against Caribbean. All right. I want to see your demo follow up because I really want to see it. And boss, all Guadeloupe was doing was passing the ball in their own half. Hence, more possession. That doesn't mean they did anything. No, Demo, you never watch the game, Demo. You always tell people say never watch the game. I can 150,000% times tell you that you never watch the game. You know why? Guadeloupe actually create more stable openings than Jamaica in the first half. So how would they do that? The first half don't have Jamaica goal in it, The first half does not have Jamaica goal in it. And they have created more isolated moments in the attacking third than actual Jamaica. Go back and check it, Demo, and please go back with a pen and a paper. Me I tell you, say, I true you got excited. Go back and check it yourself. Demo, I'm telling you're going to come back and tell me sorry. I'm 1,000% sure. Demo, Mitch, I'm sure you're wrong this time. I'm 1,800% sure you're wrong. I am 1,800% sure you're wrong this time, Demo. I've never stand up and be sure of something so in my life. You're 1,000% sure you're wrong, Demo. In the first half, 4 shots from Guadeloupe, 2 on target, and 7 from Jamaica, 2 on target. 45% ball possession, 55%. In midfield play, Guadeloupe percentage 59% to Jamaica's 41. Passes completed in midfield. Passes completed in midfield 87 to Jamaica's 32. The midfield third is 15 yards and 15 yards, or upwards of that. In the two halves. So if they were passing it in their own half, they have more possession in the midfield third. In their attacking third, they had 30% of the game in the attacking third, which is Jamaica's defensive third. So Dima tell me foolishness? When me have go back, Dima, may I beg you please, go back and watch the game. I am sure this time you're gonna get called out for that one there. JD, I never bothered the coach about PE teachers, because most high school coaches teach a class where they are suited. My problem is that the coach doesn't know his team, his defense is terrible. Yes. His defense is terrible, and I will take call. I will change the method to take call, because I want them to call in and say what they have to say, because I know he's wrong, and I'm not going to change off this 1000%. Normally, I would concede and say, okay, you have a point there, but Demon have no point. I'm sure of that. Demon, nah, get away with this. Demon, please, before you call in, go and watch the game one more time. May I beg you? I'm begging Demon, watch the game one more time. Because Demon did not saw the game right. I am sure about that. And that's not an ad lib. Alright? Yes. Guys, make sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. JD, this is what happened when coach pick up players off the street to play against professional players. I don't know about that, you know. For sure, they owned the midfield, in my opinion. It was a momentum type of match, but after the red, they outplayed us by far. Thank you very much, Omzo. Thank you very much. Remember, you know, they were actually having the momentum when Jamaica scored, you know. Jamaica scored from out of nothing, you know. It was half of a play from the AD, you know, the stupid number 11, you know, with his foolishness, you know, cut back in, you know, and play it in midfield, and they drove forward, you know, and score, you know. So they scored out of nothing, you know. Out of nothing, you know. Jamaica scored from, you know. So I don't know what Dima talk about, you know. I have no clue what. Okay, this is what Dima meant. And this is where I can agree with you, Demo. But not because we never felt threatened. I told you why we never felt threatened, Demo. Because the number 11 never passed the ball, giving number 9. You can go back and check for yourself, Demo. So I understand where you're saying, and I agree with you, because I said it live. I said, Guadeloupe, look at them get paid by Jamaica for not score. Because they're not doing, every time they make the wrong pass at the final moment. But they were doing it, Demo. I am not asking you. I am telling you. So I agree. I can agree with what you're saying. I remember after the first half stats showed Guadeloupe had 2 shots on target. And if you watch the match, there were just balls that rolled to the keeper. So, Demo, I understand, but you saying that you never felt threatened, no mean them not dominate the play. Or doesn't mean them they were not the better team. Because remember, it's a 90-minute game, and build-up breeds confidence. You're figuring out a team. And clearly, Guadeloupe figured out Jamaica that our right side is piss poor. So he realized that, okay, you know what? I'm stopped trying to cut back. What I'm going to do this time, I'm going to go at the number 3, because I tried to cut back 4 times and he never even tried to put a foot there. He let me pass the ball. So this time I'm going to fake him, and then I'm going to cut inside and I'm going to strike it. So the guy was calculating, because he had the additional things, Demo. So you see it? We understand where Demo coming from. But no, Demo, that never said anything. That never said anything, bro. That never said anything, Demo. That never said anything. And we have to call out Demo today, because Demo always act like he want to come on from the show and for win the argument. But today he can't win the argument. I'm sure of that. Let's he can't win. Up, JD. I think the boys can compete Very disappointed to lose to Guadeloupe. All right, my advice says he think the boys can compete. All right, we're gonna get there. I don't know who hype up these people, make them think we were good at football. We never good. That's coming from Chris Smith. I understand Chris Smith stake. All right. So the end of the game, guys. The end of the game. The red card came in, but because they were already better than Jamaica in building up in all of the thirds, it makes it much more comfortable for them to draw we out, which that's what I said Jamaica should have done, draw them out, So they got the opportunity to draw we out and then exploit the space in behind. Because we couldn't mark the number 9 from day one. That is a fact. So it makes it easier once the number 11 start to do his job. And they were already better in midfield. They passed the ball better than us. In midfield, they pass and move past us every single time. Right through the 90 minutes. That is a fact. Right through the 90 minutes. Even when Jamaica had their best spells, they're still passing the ball through the midfield and moving past Jamaica. So with that said now, if we don't rate them highly, all right, let me take the call. If we don't rate them highly, we are in trouble because I don't want to hear, oh, we were trying to get third spot. We were not trying to get no third spot. We were not trying to get no third spot. We were in first spot and we wanted to get first spot. These are just manipulative techniques, and the stupidity about all 15 years old are similar. A delusional juice we are drink. A lie people tell you. That are flat out lies. All right. The better side, bust them up. All right. So professional pro club think, because he's always about technical side. So I know professional pro club would have gone to that. Jamaica could still be the better side. So I'm not gonna jump to want to beat them. But I'm saying what I saw on the damn field was the actual truth, and they were the better team from day one because I said it at halftime, and I asked the people if you think Jamaica will survive the rest of the game playing like this, what should we do? I said at halftime, So that simply means what I'm seeing, was exactly what's going on because they continued the same behavior. But let me take the first call. Massive respect, Big Boss. How you doing?
Yeah, man, JD, big up, man. My first take still just to start from the beginning before the tournament. With the interview when them a do Mr. Morgan Garden, sorry. Him state him have him give size 6 feet young man behind him defense. And he repeat it constantly in most of every interview with this big tall defense with him up, and every time I hear it, I laugh and I say, boy, him eye go open because me no know if the coach them in Jamaica now watch international football or them just stop at JPL level or something, because when the man said them statement, and that's why me always say JT Taylor did right, and they know why me know say JT Taylor did right. Them go back and true we are talk about it, JD. Them come with plans and I say they mean it this way. The man don't have a plan, JD. Demo, I talk about control game every single time.
No, to be honest,
Jamaica get the ball.
I don't think he said control the game.
Dominate.
Yeah,
Dominate.
I don't think he said control the game, so we don't want to
Yeah,
tell any lie on him.
dominate. That I term him dominate. But control I like dominate, I see a meaning.
Yes. But
Dominate.
we want to make sure we use the right word. Yeah.
Dominate. But yeah, dominate the game. Every single time Jamaica defense get the ball, JD, I mean see multiple times the two left back and the two right back get the ball, and we can see the man them can pass it in the midfield. You know what the man them do? Laugh it up. The man them make 5 laugh in a 5 minutes and the game not start yet. I mean I say this we go watch long ball and we do it straight through the game. And I mean now beat the player, the coach may I beat. So me I go see if JFF now go if them don't make it, if them now go make some actions that the coach may I beat, because first thing JD we make the sub them too late. Me hear say somebody say at the sub cast the game. The sub did not cast the game. the man should have made the sub from early because me could have said, everybody could have seen most of the players they me tired from 60 minutes.
Yeah, but and that's why I said maybe the sub never cost the game. Some of them players shouldn't start. Because you had the
So
problems reaching
and
there
that's the
late,
point,
then you
JD.
play the
You as a
game,
coach.
so you're extra tired. So what about rotation? So you believe in a squad, but yet still you can't rotate them. So some of them never should have start
I
in the
was going
first
to
place.
lead
That's
that
why
to
all of
you.
the other teams them do rotate them team. So now that me that
It's
ask people from day
confusing.
one.
I mean, here say when them are playing, it have high altitude. That's why me comment in I chat yesterday night match. This coach is wicked to the young man them. Because me know him now go up on the field and do that at high altitude me ear say, so they use them, some of them are them first travel. The JFF delay the man them not get the right rest for the first match and then they start but the man them, come on man coach. Come on sense. Every local team I do it. Change, make 2 change, 3 change.
Agreed.
And now when you watch on JD, I'm going to start aside now against Costa Rica, where most of them and them not them just a go get for warm up. When Costa Rica don't switch up team side in a team first match and second match, so everybody get a feeling. When they check the man them, may I tell you JD, me afraid to go watch a match right now because if I saw Jamaica, I go up with the midfield because
But
me I tell you, if Guadeloupe have a better team,
the only good thing, Costa Rica might still rotate them squad, being that them have
yeah.
5 goal difference higher than Jamaica. So Jamaica have to beat
Mm-hmm.
them by 5. Pretty much, them have to beat them by 5 to go over them. To be honest, and no care
But
which team Jamaica pick, and no care which team Costa Rica pick, them can't beat Costa Rica by 5. I don't even think
no,
them can
JD, no,
beat
sir.
Costa Rica in the
But
first
JD, to
place.
be honest,
But if them are gonna either win, them are gonna win 1 love or maximum 2 love. If the Costa Rica rotate because them not have the real need for play them strongest team because them are gonna top the group regardless. You understand? Let me show people what we're talking about. Let me put it on the screen. They're gonna top the group regardless, guys. Look at the goal difference. They're gonna top the group regardless. Jamaica can't really catch them. So they could rotate their squad and still top the group. So I think that might help Jamaica because I think they would rotate their squad for a stronger setup going forward. But if they want and go with a strong team, I don't think Jamaica will beat their team. None at all.
but JD, when they say help Jamaica, to be honest, all it Costa Rica because we are watch football and we know football, JD. Me know you try petty top, but me there, me yeah the petty one. You have to be professional, but I may be professional too. But me I go just be frank. If 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 I saw the coach come out, if Costa Rica start them B side. And if I saw the coach come, I know say Costa Rica program them better than Jamaica. And they man them technical more than Guadeloupe, I mean. They may know the Costa Rica better winger than the number 11 where Guadeloupe have yesterday. Because if that number
Demo,
11
we're going to take the call for it. Demo,
we have,
wait after. Finish up pass, Basica. Demo, the call
yeah,
you.
me I be fast. The amount of space for the number 11 have. That's why me I tell Dino for watch the game because me I tell you at the number 11 cause Guadeloupe destruction yesterday. And thanks be to him because me know Jamaica won't look too pretty after the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that number level, if say the number 10 where Jamaica have either pan Guadeloupe side and him love press and go forward. Jamaica would have in a trouble if Guadeloupe have and if he just have a little sense the amount of time when he could have crossed the ball to that big number 9, JD.
Yeah. No,
Jamaica would have in a trouble.
knowing
That's
that
why
knowing that for the
tell Dino
first
go
two
watch back
minutes,
the game.
knowing that for the first 2 minutes, I'm sure said nobody can really mark him. And like he
Yeah.
never showed. He showed that he's physically stronger and can turn on the defenders them. But the number 11 just decided he's gonna do things on his own. So I do agree with it there. Continue, big boss.
Yeah, man, so JD, it bad. Me I blame the coach, and it really disappointed. First thing, and the next thing, JD, is the coach tell the young man them to play. So JD, cause it's showing in the first match and second match, and you know when me see yesterday too. Remember when they 1-1, before the goal at me, the keeper did that try burn time,
Mm-hmm.
and me I watch the match and me hear tonight back going I can hear one of Jamaica coach kick out the ball, get up and kick out the ball, and like the youth respond and say him about time. So me I said the only person upon we have sense on the field are the keeper, not even the coaching staff have sense. The game they 1-1, they under 10 man. They see Guadeloupe a press. As the after the keeper kick out the ball, I saw the goal get because the keeper laugh out the ball, the midfielder get the ball, and just run through the defense. Just run through the defense. Because that happened 88 minutes and the goal come 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So all the keeper have more sense to me than even the coach. Because the keeper see set time about and him see set the team under pressure. I mean, not see no other Jamaican baller take up the concept and control the ball. Cause let me just as that's what I tell Dino last year, JD. That's what I tell Dino. Say him a think just like the coach. You hear what Dino say? Him never feel threatened, which we agree. But at that cost with the game at the end, because we never feel threatened, that's why them still continue attack and see it cost we.
I think Demon need to join my streams when I'm doing a live stream because sometimes him not realize me call all of them stuff, you know, in the game because me get to learn how them think.
Yeah, man, they call him, man.
Me get to learn how we think as Jamaican. And me ask the less necessary questions. And me I say this I gotta come back to aunt way. You understand me? So make me hear what Demon say and then you call back bossy after, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Alright, so let me call Demon now. For make Demon can we. I'm gonna just let Demon speak, you know. Guy man, you try to convince me, you know, because he want to win the argument. Watch. I'm a brother, man. Big up yourself, Mr. Demo. We are born out to say you're gonna try can we for Vince way. So me I wait for you what you have to say. Good morning.
Boss. It's some kind of muffled that may get a feedback.
Oh Lord God, me I tell you all them big sound callers here, say man, how's the complaint about my feedback?
Maybe try call you back.
Alright, yeah, alright. Alright, so Demo, I call back in so we can hear from Demo. Mario Williams says the defenders are afraid to hold the ball and pass it. Alright, so let me take Demo call before we go to the comment section. Demo, it's supposed to be alright now. I pulled on the lever, man. I just threw sometimes the fans them can't hear you well. That's why I just take my time gauge it. So now I gauge it a little bit. Alright, it should be okay not giving you any feedback.
I mean, me still kind of sound fuzzy. I may hear feedback little bit, but it's fine. Because me just want to say this and
yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, man. Go through, big boss.
Me just start more at this. So big up to everybody in the comment section. Big up to yourself. Listen, I was watching some of your live reactions and watch along. So I don't know why I say you hope say watch it because I
no, me say you need to join. Me say you need to join the stream with me. So me ask you the questions. You can remember. So me they ask you. So when it happening in the game now, you can beat the coach. You know? Yes, because we want to convert you to beating the coach. You know?
All right. So here's my thing. Right. I don't like this thing is getting ridiculous now with people saying, I don't know if we just love talk for talk's sake. With people saying we don't have a system and why am I play so much long ball, like say long ball can't be a tactic and something where
it is a system, Demo. We call it a switchback. So we call it a system, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know why people keep on saying you don't like the system and don't like the style of play that we're doing, but don't keep on saying why am I do this? Why? From the first game, we saw that that's what the team was doing. We like to play the ball long, and even the first goal of the tournament we scored was from a long ball, a volley, banging at the back of the net to score a goal. It was a pitch of a pass. Right? I don't know why people are affected. This isn't something that can be effective and work. Jose Mourinho made a total career of sitting behind the ball and playing the ball long and then, play defensively and then strike on the counter.
Like, yeah, but Timo, what my counter is to you right there now, and I think it's a perfect question to ask you. You believe that the players are talented, right? Like to match up with maybe the midterm players, them. They are, all right, you believe that these players are better than Guadeloupe, right? Because meeting them better than Guadeloupe, you know. So let me hear you have to say.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, I do.
So do you think the system that he's playing make because he's giving them so much of the ball? It makes other team get confident to play against us and give them a better advantage to beat us. You don't think so?
Well, I don't know about better advantage to beat us, but I think that the coach will always go with the style of play, which is his go-to. So he might always start with that, and especially with the fact that we won the first game playing that way, and like I said, we did have the ball and a pass and move. We won the first game that way. We scored the first goal that way, and then he moved to the second game. I don't think he was going to change what he's done to win, and then just start play differently. So I think he's going to resort to what he knows. And so
Okay.
that's what he did. We were winning the game. And when I say about from the game start, we
Mm-hmm.
play long, that's not true.
Um.
In the fourth minute of the game, we
Mm-hmm.
created a chance that the number 10 missed. Well, the defender blocked the chance. He played the ball upon the ground, play it over to, I think it was the left back.
Yeah,
Him cross
that's
feed
in
the man
the
control it
fourth
and take
minutes.
us.
That's in the fourth minute because the
Yeah.
first 2.5 minutes Guadeloupe
Yeah.
took the 2.5 minutes, then Jamaica get the next 2.5 minutes, then Guadeloupe take 10 minutes
Yeah.
out of the game after
So
that.
people
Yeah.
act like they were just there, the
No,
ball.
but no,
That is
no, but
not
we said
true.
Dima, I've said that. I literally said Jamaica get the next 2.5 minutes, and then after that, now they start lose it in midfield, and then them resort back to that 50 minutes of play long ball in a 50 minutes because them couldn't win it in a midfield, and that was a problem.
All
So me
right.
understand what you
All
say.
right.
You are be specific, and maybe I argue with the commenters them, but me I tell you exactly what happened in the
Yes.
game.
Yes. So let me get to the meat of the matter now. For me, what
Mm-hmm.
cost us that game? We were winning that game up until the guy scored the goal, right? Well, up until we get that stupid red card.
Mm-hmm.
Because that wasn't even a red card for me. Because the two yellow card them, make no sense to me, right?
All right.
I thought we played well. I never felt threatened like I say. Sure, obviously I play against a next team. Obviously them have to create one and two chance. Of course, they not play by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously them are, but them just have the ball a pass around, them pass the center circle,
Yeah.
pass the key possession. But they weren't threatening me.
Yeah,
Like I never
but
feel
Demo,
threatened,
that's what I
right?
said to you, Demo. The player named Jack. He had the
Yeah,
most touches in the opponent's half of any one of the players on the pitch in the first
yeah,
half.
man. You
But he
remember
was
him?
so bad. He terrible. But we realized he used
Yeah,
the
but
wrong foot. He used the
but
wrong foot.
you can't blame Jamaica for that. That's his problem.
No, but if he's
That's
getting a
Guadeloupe
but
problem.
Demo, you have to call it as a chance, Demo, because if the man in behind us with him alone and then him a cut it back for try cut pass in midfield. I just stream terrible. We can't blame Jamaica for that. But what if they make a change and put somebody else instead of him and that man
Yeah,
come on and start pass
but,
the ball?
JD, we analyzed the match at hand, and they didn't make a change, and they
Okay.
didn't do that. We analyzed what actually happened. So here's what actually
Mm-hmm.
happened. Zin, we are winning the game. The red card happened. The coach for me now, him start do beer crap. Zin, because the man take Molina from playing right back and put him over to left back,
Yes.
which made no sense to me. And then the two goal them score come from right back where he moved the man.
But
The man bring on this
Demo,
number 20.
you know
He
why?
can't control the ball.
Demo, you know why he
Mm-hmm.
make the move? Why he make the move?
Right.
He make the move
Right.
because him sister Molino keep on expose the number 3 and the number 11 just there with the ball every single time. I just stream poor. So he must say, alright, then maybe the next man a little bit more defensive. So me gonna make him me gonna switch Molino over the next side so him
No,
can
but that didn't
attack.
make sense because the number 3 is not a footballer. The man horrible, you know.
No, I
The
agree.
man is not
We
a
agree with the
footballer.
Demo. Everybody in the chat agree with you. But I'm saying that's why he did it because he wanted to continue to attack. He wanted Molino to be passing the balls. He never
Yes,
really wanted the
but
defense.
my thing is, that's why I must say the coach start do a bag of nonsense. If we're leading the game 1-0, you get a red card. Why in the world you need to start doing that? The man, the what the forward name? Watson or forward with him take off?
Let
With
me
the
get.
in there whole
I'm getting the names, all the names. The Watson was a forward
Watson.
and Bell
Yes.
with
The
Watson. Yeah.
man a hold up the ball so well. Whenever the ball play long, him there hold up the ball and I do what him can do. You take off the only man we can hold up the ball. You bring on this number 20, the fat youth. We can't play football. Him bust
No, no.
the man bust from him come on, JD. And him supposed to play on the right hand side of midfield again. And the man so slow for the first goal, you know. The man for a track back in the ball. Him for a track back and help out the one where they play centre back or whatever. And the
Yeah.
man can't get up to the man and him just come. How can a substitute who just come on, bust in at the space of 10 minutes when him come on? Him could have control the ball, him could have hold up the ball, him could have do nothing. Then the man bust up the number 3 Salad and go score. Zine, I mean, I say, all right, then fine. Make us see if we can hold on the point. The caller before you say, the thing about the goalkeeper and I rush the ball, see me. I mean, like, why would not waste some time or something? And I did hear when they must say, yo, kick out the ball and whatever, which made no sense to me. Him bring on this other him bring on this other forward. I can't remember what his name. Richardson,
Let me tell you
something
the
like that.
substitution that came on. Uh,
One tall brown youth.
we had Simmons came on, Gregory Simmons,
Simmons. I think that's his
Mahoney
name.
came on, White came on. Those
No
are
man, Mahoney are the one who can't play football, the fat
okay.
youth.
Let's continue because we never we never call out the man him like that, Eddie. But we know you're straightforward. So
Yeah,
continue, big boss.
but him, Simmons, bro.
Hmm.
The man look like him make out a leather or something. Him can like why you take off the man who I mean in my head, may I say, you know what? Maybe because him play back to back games and him
Yeah.
tired and you know, maybe morning, Jackie. Maybe because of that's why I'm taking him off and him
So
tired.
you
But
realize where
then,
Demon, hold on there. You realize where you just say? Everybody will take off of the bench, you know. No good enough for you,
mm,
you know. So then, Demo,
no,
then where we are go then? Because you point out all them man and the last games, the next man them come on good and them come on get bully off the ball and the man go score. So that
yeah.
everybody on the bench, you know. So then we reach here and why we expectations so I say we better than USA and
But
them stuff there. Come
no,
here man and say we can beat USA, you know. Me
well,
no me hear man
no,
and say we can beat USA, you know. Me hear that physically out of me one ears, you know. I mean I
yeah, but
wonder
you
what
never
we
hear
did
me
watch, you
with
know.
that.
Me hear that live, me hear it live.
Yeah, but JD, you never hear me with anything
No,
like that.
no,
Me, I'm just
Demon, not
analyzing
you.
this
Me say
match.
me hear people live say that we can beat USA. So me I
Well,
wonder
me-
how we get to that part because you
me-
just point out everybody on the bench race no good.
no, but me here so we have defenders who could have played, especially over the number three, somebody named Gooden or something like that.
Yeah, but Gooden came
And
on.
he
No,
get on
no,
the bench
Demon
and
Gooden
never
came
come
on
on.
and Gooden get bullied off the ball and they conceded the goal. So now that me just tell you, the number three come off, Gooden come on, and Gooden even worse, even though I'm a stats, my stats brother, and me want him get a chance, but him come on, I never really do nothing either. Now that me I try to say.
Yeah, but JD, me just analyze this. Me don't know how far we can go and all of this. Me just say this match for me, the coach cost we a lot. That red card, I thought we were comfortable up until the red card. And even the commentator there say, listen, like Jamaica totally in control of the game.
Okay.
And I agree with
Boy, the
him.
commentator
Like
did a lie
the
to
Guadeloupe
Jamaica as
never had
well.
nothing. When Guadeloupe scored, you know, the man said this came from absolutely out of nowhere.
Oh, what can
Jamaica seemed to
that
be choosing
Jamaica
this
pay the commentator, Demon. Me never listen to the commentator, no.
whole.
But Jamaica pay the commentator. You know
Yeah,
why? Jamaica goal come out of absolute nowhere, Demon. Oh, out of the man them
yeah, yeah.
attacking.
Yeah, that's fine. But me just say the coach and the red card and those stupid changes really never make no sense to me, and
Yes.
it costs with the game.
All right, well,
Like it
Dima, before you
really
go to
did.
work, we know you have to go to work, Dima. Tell me where you think Jamaica
Yeah.
can go now, because it looked like Jamaica might finish third. More likely, Jamaica might finish third, but they could
So
still
what
finish
that
second. You
mean?
know, they could still finish second.
What,
Let me give you the
what
difference.
that mean if we finish third?
Let
Like
me let me give you
who
the
would have
difference
played?
between third and second. Third and second, remember we are matched. We are matched with Group E, right? Group E is
Yeah, yeah.
the Mexico, Panama, Guatemala, Curacao group. All right. So Mexico or Panama could come first and or second. Guatemala or Curacao
Mm-hmm.
will come third. We saw Guatemala, very talented team, but definitely
Yeah.
they went in the wrong group. All right, so if Jamaica come third, which is
Mm-hmm.
G3 would be taking on Panama or Mexico. Any one of them lose that game, third place would be taking on them. So when we just say third place, actually we are bank on Mexico for win. We are bank on Mexico for win. We are bank on
Yeah.
Mexico for win
Yeah.
if we get the other team. So what make Panama?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Panama
Yeah.
good. Panama can hold out Mexico and might be squeeze out a goal. Not saying they are the favorites. Definitely Mexico is the favorites. But Panama can do the up and we end up playing Mexico.
So
So
you're saying if we finish third, we play who?
Panama or Mexico, brother.
Pan-
Or Mexico.
No, but then people are hope say Panama beat Mexico
Mexico
beat
beat
Panama.
Panama, yes. And then we can go up with them
Yeah. So,
physically because them kind of play physical, but them technical as well, don't get me wrong, but them more physical
yeah.
than technical. So we think we have a better
Yeah.
chance against them. So what say you? Because me not think we can beat none of them,
Yeah.
Me not
I
see
mean,
nothing. Me not see nothing. Them have convinced me.
listen, the ball rolling in a football, especially at this age, and obviously teams are more talented than teams. But from when we see, if the first 11 is it alone and that's it, the number three they can't continue to play defense. if that continues to happen, we're not doing anything. But I don't think we can go no further. I mean, me not be negative or nothing, but it don't look, even the game will win. Like, I mean, for me, I know people are cussing and say, "Oh, concede two stupid goal and rare," but the first goal for me was quality. Thought it was a really good strike, and for some reason, I don't like the opponent's credit, but
No man,
that was a
Dima,
fantastic strike.
me they give Cuba credit because I say Cuba could have scored 6 goals and Jamaica it could have ended 6-6 in that game.
Yeah, yeah.
It was an
So
open
to be
game.
fair, I think we give up way too many chances, and more clinical teams will take advantage at that. So me no see honestly, me no see Panama play, so me no know, but from what we see in the two games, I don't think we can really go no
Dima,
further.
the man them have a forward. You see how people rave or whisper them? Him physical,
Yeah,
but him big, but him play physical. The man I get in between the centre backs, them I rough up everybody. I saw him score the one on
yeah,
Guatemala in a man. And him scored two in the next
yeah,
game, so end up on 3 goals in the 2 games. Me I tell you say, boy, the
yeah.
number 3 there I have a rough time. If we don't have nobody else, but me no know how we can start the brother. Me no know how we can start
No
the
man,
brother.
they can't play and the number 20 we come on as a sub. Like brother, the man if I go eat some burger or something, both thing come from Toronto. Toronto Academy. Like the man durable.
Relax, Dima, relax. Oh, you said the man fat
Yeah.
already, and you tell the man for the eat more burger. You know why the man have a football career?
You know, yo, JD, my God, my God. Because them substitution they really ring back in my head and
All
it really make me
right, boss, me know it there work. Me know it there work. Take care, take care. The one Dima trouble here, Dima said the man fat, and then Dima said the man need to go and get more burgers. Say, him not gonna do nothing in your life. Guys, hold on before we check the calls, them. We're gonna take the calls right after. We saw a leader calling us. We saw a leader calling us. Guys, this lies where people want to tell us a third. No, we never play for no third. We were playing to come first. Because we were in a good position and we thought that people thought that Costa Rica was not good, which I told you Costa Rica was the best team from day one. All right, because we clearly saw what they're doing. People only look at goals and the excitement around blasting and running and excited and big and strong. But football have more than that. All right. Yes, and guys, remember we're gonna talk about the other teams. But this is just this first segment to make sure we warm it up. Let me get some comments here for you guys. So we can get the conversation running. All right. All right. So all right. So my goodness, I don't pure chaos happened to me, guys. 1 second. Let me get this right here. Pure chaos. 1 second, guys. My fault. All right. So, anyways, Mario Williams says the defense. Guys, make sure they hit the like button. Make sure they hit the like button because we are here doing our job, and it's not we. We only can talk on what we saw. So just make sure you hit the like button. Get my channel, my video to 100 if you're here. And you just get the likes up, guys. Get the likes up on the video. All right. We are on 40 likes in 49 minutes. So that means less likes than the minutes. So that is very, very bad. And we have 80 people here. All right? Yes. That is very, very bad. The defenders are afraid to hold the ball and pass it. They created the pressure on themselves. The midfielder is bad, but they were not used. This is a coaching plan because they played the same way always. All right. Best massive respect. Thanks for being here. All right. Yeah, man. People, if you forgot to hit the like button, make sure to remember. No, like I remembered you. All right. I remind you. Sorry. We've been saying this from World Cup qualifying. Every country has talent, bro. I know we alone have talent. All right. All right. Mr. DNA Football, big up yourself, Mr. Man. All right. We have Sose in the building. He never said it, you, JD. He said, we, okay. All right. And this thing of, at this age, anybody can beat anybody. No. At this age, anybody can beat anybody. That's not true. Let me tell you that, guys. Remember, I am studying, you know. I'm me the one who do football studies, you know. And YouTubers, you know. I'm me, you know. And anybody can beat anybody at no 17. Because any team can beat the only way are going to be United States and Mexico. They are going to have 7,800 shots. They're going to hit the bar 50,000 times. You have to make 75,000 saves for you to beat them. That at this age no work. I saw at 15, 80 blow the back out from every team. Every team. The only way you get a goal is them having 55 shots. You get me? This of good at every age and can compete is almost a lie. We are 15 years old trying to play in the Premier League, in the Spanish League. Brother, people can learn. Football is about the education and also your ability to process it and put it on the field. Some people do it way faster than some, and clearly those individuals are in the lead and they are in the bigger countries them. So this take of 50, everybody at 50 and the same age, no. Leader usually tell me, it's not true. It's not true. Me find that out myself. Leader, good afternoon. Me have to start on a bad foot with you, you know. Can you tell me something that is not true? The 15, all 15 years old.
What did I tell you? No.
You said at 15 Jamaica can compete with everybody. That is not true. And all 15 years old are not the same quality. Nowhere near the same quality.
Hold on there. JD. JD. That is a fact. With whatever depends on the preparation, depends on the team. What are you using to say that is not true? I just want to know. I can give you a lot of examples.
What I'm using to say that is not true, what I'm using to say it's not true, the actual statistic on it. And there are in every single tournament I've watched of 15 years old, the best teams always turn up to be the winners. Always. 99% of the time. 99% of the time, I can tell you tournament over 20 years. 20 years, you know. And I don't see one of the worst teams and win a game. Not even a game in 20 years. So I don't know which other statistic we can look on. I mean, talk worldwide.
Whoever said the worst team cannot win, a team that's not good can't win or can't go far.
But people try to tell us that all 15 euros are the same. That is not true.
Okay, hold on. JD, let me put it in perspective. Let me put that in perspective. Even though that's not what I call about, but let's just put it in perspective. Let us look at a team that's put together, trained together for 2 years, right? They can compete, right? I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Can we think about Jamaica now, right? Okay, let me give you a couple actual examples now. If a team is put together and they are training together for maybe 4 years, 2 to 4 years, I'm going to give you 2 actual examples also, right? If they are training together consistently for about 4 years and you have addition, subtraction with the players, you don't stick with one set of players either. Because if you start off with 15 players and you notice that one here center half not good, him have issues, you find a better center half, you bring him in. So after that 4 years, you would have had a core team that played very well and can compete.
Okay.
Hold on now, let me give you examples now. Right? Quick examples. I don't like to go back. I'll give you the 3 examples. Okay? I was involved in 2 of them, and another one was something involved with Mount Pleasant. I'm going to give the Mount Pleasant example. Mount Pleasant had a team that when they went to the Concacaf, I think it was under 14 some years back, they did well and they competed against the best in the region because I know some of the players that they had picked, they actually had some of the better players for the age group.
But they got 6 in that same Mount Pleasant tour. And you said it's manipulative because they use older players.
JD, don't twist it. In the Concacaf tournament, they never got 6.
No, in American tournament, I'm talking about.
But JD. Come on, JD. If you use 13 and 14-year-olds in a 17-year-old tournament, come on, man, JD.
Yeah, but
don't use that.
No, but leader, Lashawn Brown was 15 at the time, so him not 17.
JD, are you listening what I'm saying? Don't use a one player. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Hold on. Cavalier uses a 16-year-old, 15-year-old. That is a 16-year-old in their starting team. Does that mean they can use 11, 16-year-olds and play Premier League?
CC that tried it. Them that tried it, but they never.
They can't. No, they've never done that. No team can do that.
Them that tried.
You can maybe use a one and so I have won under 17 competition, and I have had a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old player in the team. You can do it. Depends how strong your team is. Anyway, let me just get back to what I was saying. That is one example more pleasant. My actual experiences, I have had a team at Medhaven United where we have trained together, played together for up to 4 years. We won under 13 in 2011. And then about a couple of years, 3 years later, we were able to go to US, participate in various tournaments where we won or came second.
Okay.
But we didn't stick with it. But we trained, we had a number of years together. It wasn't 1 year, it wasn't 2 years. It was like 3 years before we tried to go there. Right? Let me just move on now. I have been at Cavalier. Everybody knows who I'm Cavalier now. I have the 2011 team that Jamaica qualified that played. You can look at the highlights on YouTube. That played with the France team at under 17 level. That was literally a Cavalier unit.
Okay. And
Seven
what
of those starting players. Hold on now. 7 of those starting players came from one club, and the majority of them were together for 4 years. And the team played differently than how the team plays now.
So they
right?
did
Let me
defeat
move on
France?
again.
Before you move on, they did defeat France?
Check it. It was drawn.
Okay.
The match was drawn. Jamaica had a chance to win the match. I think that was our best ever performance at a Youth World Cup.
Okay.
Apart from qualifying, we did well. But we didn't just do well. It's not like the coach is nothing special, you know. He had a team, a core team of some of the best players in the corporate area put together for him, and him got it on a platter. So they knew each other. You understand? It was so easy. Right? Let me just say this. The Kingston Academy that goes on tour, these are not youngsters from Kingston, you know. They bring youngsters from, they borrow youngsters from Cavalier, they borrow youngsters from Veer, they borrow youngsters from all over the island. Right? And they put the best players and they have them training for a number of years.
Yes.
Before they even think about going overseas. And they do well.
Which I said that. But leader, before you jump and say they do well, I know who they play, the quality of the opposition they played. And it's not the best in Netherlands. But they are good enough players that should be beating them. And the fact that they won, I gave them all the credit. Because remember, we know that they are behind in their development. So the fact that they are competing, I love it. And I think it should be commending. And you see me give them credit here. I love it, don't? Yeah.
JD, I agree. But let me make a controversial thing here now. Even that team that them carried there. I have a team the same age that would have rung rings round them. You understand? I lend them some of my players in them, but not all. And I have a similar age group that would have run rings around them. So what you have to look at is not, look here, I have gone away to competitions and we have played against a Tottenham Hotspur team, right? And I can tell you, around 7 of those players have gone into like England youth setups or various other like Ireland or so on, and they have done well. And we have beaten them at the various age group levels. What I'm saying is that I know everything is coming back to the Jamaica performance. I mentioned from early on, this is what I actually called about. Didn't I say temporary expectations? We do not know if Cuba was the weakest team in the zone. And I said by today,
Big Boss, when I looked at it, Cuba is not the weakest. I think all Jamaica, Guadeloupe, and Cuba are all at the same level because the game could have finished 6-6 with Cuba and Jamaica. They did create the chances. They weren't clinical enough to keep the damn ball. And Guadeloupe, to some extent, had the same problem. They just decided that this time they're going to go at them.
JD, I'm going to put it to you that this way. Cuba is going to finish without a win. Jamaica will finish with 1 win, right? Because what I expect to happen tomorrow is that if the coach has sense, he's going to ring in the changes, make sure that we don't get any unnecessary cards, right? Take the loss and move on and go with the strongest side. So far, he has not played the strongest side. And I've made it plain on this show that the team, I told you the things that they have to do. I mentioned that the team has maybe about 13 or so quality enough players. But if you don't put out your strongest in level, right, you're not going to even compete at all. And so far, he has not been doing it. He has not put out. He has been using a fronting by putting out certain players that those of us that have seen the team before know that some of the players. I was listening to another show last night, and the first thing one of the people were saying, when I told them early on, I said, "Well, you know, say so and so, him not even half good. I don't see him even get even to carry water for the team here." And people saying, "Boy, I'm being negative. You can't say that about the youngster." Them and so I said, "Okay." When I heard them bashing this youngster last night, I said, "But hold on, didn't I say so long time? I saw the youngster, him not good, right? I'm gonna hide it. That is one thing about me that a lot of people don't like, you know. I speak exactly how we go. I'm not going to hide it, right? So there, the coach, and I mentioned to you know, one of the problems we're going to have is whenever we have to make changes, we are going to be in problems. Didn't I say that, JD?
Yeah. No, that's how we're calling it for you to explain to us what really took place, you know.
Okay, let me tell you what took place. The coach, not the one coach, the coaches took players in their team from their schools who were not necessarily the best. I'm going to call it out. There are about 3 players there in the Jamaica team that should not be there. That's the first thing. They come from, we don't want to call the school them, because I'm not embarrass you them, because people can't figure it out. Right? I'm not embarrass you them still. Okay? But there are 3 players there that there's no way they should have been in the final 30, much less the final 20 odd. Okay? Let us move on. That is one of the reasons why I don't want to say no local coach a youth team, because they have this initial bias. If you can pick the best players, just pick the best players regardless where them come from. So listen now, the next problem is that even the overseas players, they pick players based on questionable reasons. That's all I'm going to put it at.
Jesus God.
Questionable reasons.
So leader, by your own admission, leader, by your own admission. So then, why were we saying this team is any good then?
No, hold on.
Being Jamaican and just being patriotic.
No. JD, the team here, if they put the best 11 out there, but the best 11 can't play every single match. The best 11 can carry us through well. But look here, once we have a weak link. Okay, hold on. How did the number 3 play yesterday, JD?
No, the number 3. Before you never listen to my analysis from my video started yesterday. I said I don't know how the number 3 playing. Like, what is he? What he has to do to not play? Because he was JD, terrible the last time.
He has to go to another school. Let me just make it simple. He might forgot to another school. When I went to watch a Portmore match and I came through the gate, the match had already started.
Yes,
and people that know me, JD, once my eyes look, my eyes will always catch 2 type of players. He was one of them my eyes caught. And I told somebody, I said, you know why my eyes caught him? My eyes will always catch the worst player in a team and the better player in a team. Because when I do that, when I have my own team and I look and I can see a player that is a weakling, right away, him throat gone. I get rid of him, right? And I move on and get somebody better. So right away, as I came in, literally 30 seconds, I could pick him out. And I said, him not ready. Right? And I saw him again in a match after that, against Trinidad. And right then, I know, boy, my eye them, not getting dark. You understand? So I was convinced. But when I saw, and then now, you have other guys there that can't start the match. And they come on, and they can't provide anything. Okay? So for me, I am 100% sure that from my start, if I came from any other school, I would have felt better and said, boy, maybe them have a half day, but believe me, it was not half day. They're just not ready, and it's not one person. It's more than one. Then now the overseas, a commentator mentioned something and said, boy, you know that in the USA, they don't allow the parents to go to the training sessions because let me just make it mildly, influence the coach to select their sons or that sort of thing, right? So the US don't do that, so you can't influence anybody selecting your child into a team, okay? So this is one of the issues that, so even some of the overseas base, there were youngsters that did not get into the team because them parents probably don't have the necessary cheddar, cheese that can be spread on the bread. You understand?
What are we going to do to improve these things? Because clearly you're telling me that this team is not
Well,
good, and this team is not good, and
no,
based
I
on
never
what,
said team not good.
no, but me,
I said
me never ask you. Me I tell you, this team is not as good as none of the top 6 teams that I'm seeing. And in the top 6 teams that I'm talking about Mexico, United States. They can't carry them water. Canada go way down at the bottom because I do believe that Honduras is better than Canada. Costa Rica, they are not better than Costa Rica either. Yes, so that is actually 4 teams so far. And I can tell you that I don't think if Jamaica go up against Guatemala, they beat Guatemala. Haiti, I think Haiti is better than them as well, because Haiti, it was cheated why they never won the damn game. Because they literally got a stonewall penalty why they never beat El Salvador. I don't think Jamaica is better than El Salvador either. And clearly,
okay.
I think Jamaica is better than Guadeloupe. Man, like quality, I saw some player that has quality, but I don't think we are so far better than Guadeloupe. You know, they just beat us, and it was not a fluke because they were the better passing team, they were the better transition team, and they look like they have the more sensible players in midfield. No disrespect, but that's what I saw.
JD, let me tell you something. I don't know if you remember. Michael Antonio, is he a decent player?
Of course, Michael Antonio is a decent player.
Okay, hold on now. A coach had him, and a coach made him look like a construction worker. People were saying, I remember, they had him looking like a construction worker.
Mm-hmm.
So what I say is that under a different coach, you'll have players looking different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's the first thing. So what I can say is I am going to stick with it and say that there are 11 youngsters there that I will stick my neck out and say that, yes, they are at least some of the better ones that they could have taken. You understand?
All right.
But after that, if it depends on who is driving. Look here, you have some people, you give them a Mercedes-Benz to drive, and them drive it like I don't even know what to say. You understand?
Yeah,
them drive it like one match.
I understand what you're saying, leader. But everything what you're saying, you still try tweak up the answer in at the end. Panama. Oh, I forgot Panama. No man, Panama better than Jamaica, bro. Panama better than Jamaica as well too. So me don't know why me forgot Panama. So no, Panama better than Jamaica as well too.
JD, the Jamaica team that is there can compete. I will stick on that.
Okay, so
11 players can compete.
So 11 players can compete and one full squad because everybody will win this competition ever in a life.
11 plus, hold on. 11 plus, I think, the keeper. I'm going to stretch it up. Yeah, I mentioned it already, about 13. Stretching it, but my issue has been with the selection of players. I think
all right.
With that part of the selection.
So you say you can get
13. We need to take that out.
13. I don't think Jamaica have 13.
Yeah, but that included the backup keeper. That included the backup keeper. So technically, only have one.
The two keeper them. All right, then no problem. But in the starting 11 that we have, I see three players that I'm not really impressed with at all. That are in the starting 11.
Tell me which ones. Okay, tell me which one.
Number 3 definitely. Number 3 definitely.
But I said that from a long time that the number 3 does not deserve to be there. He got there. I don't care what anybody want to say. He got there because of the school he goes to. Continue now.
Number 3. I'm very sad because I know people in Jamaica only look at activity. The number 11, I'm not so sold on him. It's not because of the red card. I'm not so sold on him.
Okay, no, hold on. Let me tell you. Let me just go into that again. When the initial selection was made, there were about 12 or 13 players from a particular parish. That is the parish where the coach comes from. Okay. That was questionable because everybody wants to say. I'm just looking
at players and talking about players, and you're saying they're coming from the same place. So
no, I'm telling you something. Hold on, man. Listen to me now. When I saw that, I had question marks in my mind. I said, but hold on. I didn't get it in my mind that that particular parish was really that strong. So why they should demand command a certain amount of players in the thing over everybody else. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but I said I always leave it like this and say I am not God. I can't say whether or not that is so because I actually probably didn't see them. But as time went on and I saw them, I was very convinced that they are not the best ones.
Yes. No, those
Right?
two
But I
guys,
am not.
and surprising.
Which other number now? You
In
said
this
two.
system,
That's who is the third one.
in this system, I am very sorry. That number 14, no, in this system, the number 14, good
14.
lord,
Who
man.
was the 14? What on the
Mahu
14?
name him
No.
or whatever.
No, he didn't start.
No, man, the number 14 start yesterday, brother.
14.
No, let me pull it up here. Let me pull it up here.
No, man, he
Yeah,
came
man,
on. He came on.
Mangatal. No, man, Mangatal started yesterday, man. Mangatal, man. So, but I not saying he's a bad player. Now. Mangatal is not a bad player. So the two players that I think never deserve to be in the lineup, Bolt Barrett none deserve to be there, and the number 3 no deserve to be there. All right.
But as I said, I told you the similar connection. There's a similar connection there.
No,
that's why I'm saying.
No, let me explain myself first because I don't think Mangatal is a bad player. Because when he's passing those bag of long balls, it's clearly he could hit them. So he's a good player, but he looks like he's just in the wrong place. Molina.
However, I don't want to cut you, JD, but I do just to pause. Mangatal is good, but there was a player that was here that was better than him from overseas. Continue. LA Academy. Continue.
Molina. I don't know what system they're playing him in. He's definitely a good super player. He's a good player, but he can't play that isolated fullback role because he just can't stay in his position. The man is just like an attacking person, so the best you could have put him is as a wing back or a central defensive midfielder if you think he has the ability to tackle. But right back, it's not for him. With that number 3, the two of them just look terrible there. Only thing this man good at is an attack. And he's a good player because I saw him up the pitch. You get me? I saw him up the pitch, and he looks much better. But once he drops beside that number, because look, to be honest, we're not gonna beat the number 3, so only because Molina made the number 3 look bad as well, because he stepped up 3 times and the number 11 exposed the number 3 and started chop him up, But true, the number 11 for Guadeloupe is so bad, him pass the ball back to Barrett inside midfield because he never want to take on the cross.
I heard Simon and his thing saying that they targeted the 3. And I say, hold on there now.
No.
Seriously now. How did they know to target that 3 now? And then the first thing I said, look here, any idiot that saw that youngster play from the first game.
Yes.
It's the easiest one. He was easy to pick out.
Yeah,
and
we cannot
against the youngster. I personally don't even know him.
We cannot escape Molina as well because Molina played the same position 2 times. And we have to call the coach
let me give you an example. The 11
times and you can't fix it.
Both Barrett and Molina, they have them there as wing back, but the defensive aspect of the games is left. That's why they use 3 at the back. That they are supposed to come back and give coverage. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I can tell you. I've seen him do. I've seen Maron Garden do with he uses players sometimes when the senior squad. There's a player that plays primarily attacking for his club. He used him as a left back role. It's something I see that he experiments with. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, I don't have a problem with a coach experimenting with certain things if it works. But you have to get certain other things in position. So once you're going to have your fullbacks not maybe very good defensively, right? Your 3 at the back must be very, very good. And once you have 1 out of those 3 not good, it's going to affect everything. It's going to affect everything. But all I can say is my prediction from here on is that tomorrow he rings in the changes. Anybody that is on a possible chance to get a second card, you take them out, right?
Mm-hmm. And
you just just play the match because already we are guaranteed to go through, right? So and we might go to.
It's still statistical that we could drop out, but more like you saw Guadeloupe and Guadeloupe not losing
what
to
has
Cuba
to happen,
by the
it won't happen.
You know,
Cuba is not going to be
yeah,
beating Costa
so
Rica.
that is true. Cuba is not going to be no Cuba won't be beating Guadeloupe. Remember, Cuba and Guadeloupe have played the final game.
Guadeloupe, yeah, Guadeloupe.
Yes.
Right, sorry, Guadeloupe. They're not going to be beating them.
Yes, and
So,
even if they do is by
you know,
one love, and the goal difference will not be good enough.
right. So that, you know, so as I said, we are going to be going through. So, and it might work out. The only thing is that I warn people about is that I mentioned something that there's a certain baseball country in Puerto Rico that we're going to come upon.
No, leader, we can't come up on
That
Puerto
might
Rico.
shock a lot of people.
Leader, we can't come up
What's
on
that?
Puerto Rico. We cannot come up on Puerto Rico. We
Hold
never
on.
win the group.
If we finish third.
No, if
isn't
we
it
come up
Puerto Rico
third,
winning
it's
the
not
group,
Puerto Rico. No. It's between
Hold
Guatemala.
on there.
Guatemala, let me give it Guatemala or Curacao. We are going to come up against if we finish second. If we finish third, we are going to come up against Mexico or Panama.
I think it's Panama. It would be Panama. I think.
Mexico or Panama.
In the
we are come up against if we finish third.
hold
So
on.
it better
No,
to
hold on.
finish
If
second.
we finish third, no, hold on. In the
ask me.
next
Let me put it up on
round,
the screen. Let me put it
I'm
up on the
gonna have to
screen.
check it.
No,
Because
man,
I
ask me.
something
And tell you, it water
Yeah,
down
man.
now.
Put it up.
It water down. It's on the screen now. Let me show you. If we finish third, we're going to be facing the second place in Group E, and that is still up for grabs between Panama and Mexico. So anyone
So
who
that's
win the
Panama,
game,
then,
we
should
will
be.
not play. We play the loser of that game. So we are begging for Panama to win to lose against Mexico. That's what we are begging at, because Mexico might just feed the worst team and come and play Jamaica. You never may know. You never may know, because but I don't think they have any problem, because I think it's between Jamaica. The first place is between Jamaica and Nicaragua, and I want to think that Jamaica is better than Nicaragua. So I think it's still some incentive for them to finish first. So it's still an incentive. So so this is the only good thing Jamaica have on their side, because first place will play Nicaragua, and I want to think that Jamaica is better than Nicaragua. We all could say that, or we're not 100% sure, but we kind of think that we have talents that should be better than Nicaragua. No disrespect to them. All right. So I do believe that that's what Panama and Mexico would be saying, because everybody want to play the easier team. Everybody want to play the easier team. All right. And then, so first place get that. So I don't think both of them would start any weak squad, but any one of them can advance, and we have to play the second team. And both of those teams are ahead of Jamaica. You know, so, but I think Jamaica would want to tackle Panama rather than Mexico as well. So it's a strategizing thing. So maybe Jamaica want to come second. Then, right?
No, they don't. I heard somebody with this foolishness that it was always planned to come third. It was
No,
never. I know.
that's what I said. That's what I said. It's
never.
plan to come third thing. In the end, them never plan to come third. They said if it's a last decision, they could have. They're okay to come third. All right. This is how it go now. So for if they come runners up. The reason why people not complaining so much, because they will play Group E. Third place, which it would have been Guatemala or Curacao. More likely it's going to be Guatemala, because they are the ones that played better than Curacao. Curacao got slapped up 4 and also 9. So Guatemala there, and then maybe United States.
Let me just say one thing quickly. Trevor Pessoa mentioned something. Why I talk up these things? I said these things long time ago. I just want to say I never held it back. I always said temper expectations, and the thing, even with the individual players, I mentioned it. Maybe not on your. I'm not sure I mentioned.
No, man, you said it here. I said
it, and I told them. So I don't want people to think. I'm being very frank. You understand? So I'm not saying anything that is I did not predict and I'm not saying, I've never said that the team's not going to qualify. I said that the team would come out of the group. Right?
Yeah, but
and I didn't go any further than that. And we will come out of the group.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to go in.
I can honestly tell you, this team not qualifying. I'm very sorry. This team
I
need
didn't say the
way.
team is going to qualify.
No, I don't think this team is going to qualify based on footballing education. I don't think so. I think we need a whole heap of luck and a whole heap of more assistant and maybe fake some injury for putting 3 of the person where you have on the reserve if they are better.
No, they can't. They can't go in. They cannot go in. They can't go in.
Oh Lord,
they cannot go in again.
We need something.
There's only one. Let me tell you something. There's only one in that reserve list that could probably make a difference. Only one. The rest of them, they're baggage. I don't care what anybody wants to me being harsh. There's only one of them there that would have made a difference. The rest of them, not any difference at all.
So selection, I will probably mean at the end then, because we had the talent.
The selection needs to be taken away from the coach to a very long extent. To when him just get the final and then know, look here, if him get and say, okay, these are the best 30 that the selection committee has, right? Okay, and then give him the thing there. If him want to bring in maybe a 1 or 2, but it is when the final selection is done, you need to have some people that don't like. Okay, when you're making the final selection, you need to have say, okay, coach, boy, I have some players in the squad. Let me step out of the room, right? Or another player, let me step out of the room, another coach, because it has come back, as I said, to haunt us now. I mentioned it, but as I say, I told somebody in the JFF before that I saw this happen under David Hunt when he carried too many of his players in an under-17 team that had a similar time. I think that was the last time the team actually camped together for a good extended period, and they did fairly well. But the problem was that they had players in there that were literally picked by the coach that were from his school, and they were not operating.
And leader, let me make sure help you out here. If we finish third, we are going to play Panama or Mexico, and then after that, we're going to be playing the winner of Group H, because the winner of Group H will play in Bermuda, and if it's Honduras will batter Bermuda, because Honduras is actually one of the best teams in the competition. Period. I think Honduras can take on anybody on any given day and maybe win the game. Honduras is a troublesome team. Yes, they might be the 3rd best team. I think they are better than Canada. I think Honduras is better than Canada. You understand me? So they're the 3rd best team.
With Canada,
yes, Honduras is better than Canada, so I would put Honduras as the 3rd best team in the competition. So listen to this now. If we are gonna play Panama over United States, if we come 3rd, and then we play Honduras, I don't see that an easy team. If we miraculously pass Panama, which I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh, we're gonna be
really, the difference is now. Hold on, let me tell you the difference now. Is that the type of game you're going to be playing now? Is that you basically have to just keep no goals from scoring to you in that situation, and then after that you never know. And I think hold on, let me just make a statement here. I don't know if why there's a certain player that the team they have not put out the strongest team yet. So I don't know if the plan is so once you reach the knockout round, you put out the strongest team and you play a closer system to one of the systems that you were playing before to see, because at this stage, you don't need to win the game from the start. You just need to make sure the game is scoreless. And if it goes down, because I don't think it's a coincidence that they were practicing penalties here. They probably may have a plan, and I'm not going to say, well, okay. And I know for a fact, I've seen Jamaica carry the mighty USA, right, down to the wire, right, in under 17 tournament.
Leader, me and you see what going leader. And that's why I start the conversation with you. Say 15 years old and 16 years is a big difference. This Jamaica team not carry nobody nowhere. You understand me? The only thing you can do is score goals, leader. Only thing this Jamaica team can do, have a try score goals. Them can't save themselves from conceding no goal. We just to play 2 of the worst teams in the tournament, leader. Not care what kind of miracle. Why we always hide things, but Jamaica always the best team. So you tell me, so we still have a hiding period again for the next round? So I saw Jamaica good for we have some gems. Leader, not care what we do. We cannot field an 11 that can compete with Panama, Honduras, Mexico, and United States. It's not going to happen. I've lied we tell myself. What we can agree with you is take out the selection out of the coach's hand and make 4 people on a panel literally go around and vet the players and pick the best players. I would agree with that. I agree with the statement.
JD, let me just say something to there's TikTok made a statement that I've been around under 17. No, I've not actually been, but what I can tell him is that the last under 17 Jamaica had with Atkins and the rest, there was a serious problem with the coaching staff TikTok. And if you know what happened, it was a similar situation with look here, all I can say is that we have to get away from the thing where coaches pick players based on questionable reasons. And that going to go, there are various questionable reasons coaches can pick players. They can pick them according to their school. They can pick them according to gifts. They can pick them according to, I won't go into that there. I don't want to make anything there. So I can say that that particular team also had issues. I won't say because I know that coach will never be coaching again in the Jamaican team because of certain things. So just TikTok. So just leave it at that, yeah? That team, that the last under 17 was a team that could have easily qualified. The other core of players from Harborview, Cavalier, that would have easily had a whole heap of international experience, right? That would have easily have qualified. But because of the coach that was chosen once again, this has happened. And I think we need to move away from this thing where we're picking coaches based on, look here, first I want to say a national team, I don't want to send a local coach. Get some people to make a selection and then have the overseas coach be a part of it. Hold
on, leader. Guys, we have 107 people and we have 50 odd likes. Get the likes to 100, guys. We're already 1.5 hours in here. And we're going to put less likes, because one thing we realize, you guys, when you don't like reality, when you support a bag of liars, we are fool, and end up in the end, literally, arm on the pitney. Because you not actually not behave right. You know, listen to the real truth. Because when the truth come out, you can't try to do not talk about it got me next time. Nothing happen. If you don't fix the problem, as what the leader say, it cannot work. It cannot change. We have to change it. So you know what the things say, I come here every single time, I pretty up and I tell you about you can't qualify. What me to tell you? What I should come here and tell you? You can qualify? When the other teams are better than the team that you're losing to? That don't make no logical sense.
JD, let me just say something to TikTok again. He asked if we can afford a overseas coach. Well, he should know that Concacaf is going to the next under 17. Well, look here, the under 20 coach is already going to be an overseas coach. Under 17 that going
to get the job for the under 17, under 20.
No, well, I don't. Well, anyway, listen up. No, and
under 23 as well.
The under 17 is going to be getting money from. They're going to be getting money for that program from Concacaf and then
developmental funds.
So TikTok can shut up there now. We told
TikTok about the developmental funds coming in. It's going to every country. But that's why we ask you a question. Because people were saying, okay, the developmental fund come in so we can develop the youth in Jamaica. But when I pull up the roster leader, everybody picking players is from overseas same way. They're willing to use the money and the plane tickets rather than go in them country and put players in the national team. So, leader, what if I think we need to chop up, them things need to stop because people always go with different metrics.
Look here, let me tell you something. One of the things, as I said, hold on, actually it's a Christmas mention something here. Speed don't select any teams at all in Jamaica. Here, Speed never got to look here. I can tell you one thing.
The reason why not selecting a team where I would blame Speed them from is when Speed
are the coaches though.
No, when Speed talk about them need to have a local coach on the team. And me go call him out for that and say, I understand where you want to reserve the information and the coach can send it back to and help the country. But me not think it will work.
It's not just that, JD, you need to have an assistant. I don't think we can really afford 2 overseas coach as a senior and an assistant. And most coaches, even they will have a local. But the thing is,
but Big Boss, we have a senior and an overseas assistant and manager. We never need the third assistant.
But can we do it for the youth teams? I don't think we can.
We might can't do it for the youth teams.
Assistant. And the thing is, when the senior and the overseas assistant goes, if you don't have a local person there, it's like you would have wasted all of that time. We have seen it when Simoes came. We have seen it time and time again. That yeah, but the problem I see now is that you don't have the right people connected to them. They choose certain coaches and the coach them, pardon my French, dunce. So when you have certain people, them head tough, them not learning from these coaches. And then so I remember one thing when Simoes was here, people mentioned, Mr. Simoes, why you don't write a book and teach coaches what to do? And he mentioned that, hold on, all of these people are around me every day, and you're going to tell me I need to put it down in a book form and you cannot look and learn? But a lot of them people involved in football head tough. I mean, don't care what nobody wants to say, dunce. That's why I have been able to dominate a lot of team at youth level because a lot of the coaches out there, dunce. I don't care who vex. Right? Move on.
Yeah, man. Good point. Good point. I had, as I've said yesterday, I talked about the best players them that I saw so far, and the best team so far. And we always talk facts because one thing about what's going on, we can't lie to people here. Me don't know why people want we to tell, like, I should just come up here and make sure I find the best words to give Jamaican people. Me not, believe me, I rather have 1 likes on my video because me not come tell you that. No, once me see the truth, that may I come tell you. You know why? Because I think the only way Jamaica will get better is literally eradicate out the pity patting and the box and try to talk about 16 and 17-year-old and 18-year-old and 19-year-old our
JD,
kids.
let me
It
answer
need
two
to
of
be
the
done
questions
with.
here, no, because I don't want people to go away the wrong thing. I'm not saying Marion Christ. It's not Marion I'm talking about, if you want to know. If you
Yeah,
want me to call
but
the name
leader
of
just
the
a say
former national senior coach, yeah, I can call it. But I'm not going to call him name. When I say Peeps on coach don't, it's
leader,
not
you don't have
Marion
to
God.
answer. You don't
Marion
have to
God
answer
not
to
done.
TikTok. Make him
So I'm
say
not
what he
going.
want to say.
No, I just
Him
tell him.
comprehend that.
I
Him
don't want
comprehend
people.
that. So you don't
Let me
have to say
answer
nothing.
another question there. No, Lenny Hyde. Let me just answer this. Lenny Hyde is not involved in the local coaching because I'm doing the certification up to a certain thing there, right? It's like you have a dental assistant and the dental assistant can do the thing, but would you make him go into your mouth if him don't have the proper certification? Let me move on. Let me just go and answer a couple of them questions here, quick. Speed is saying that we can't have a team without local Jamaican band. You don't have to have anybody. The thing is to pick the best players. All of these teams have local players and they have overseas because there are local players in there that are good and you have
Yeah,
local players that
physically
are
good.
bad. You have
Physically good.
overseas players that are you have overseas players in it that are good and some that are very bad. I don't know how some of them were selected. Same way, and as I said, there are about probably about 5 of the players there. There are 3 local and 2 overseas. That all I can say is their selection was questionable to say the least. Right?
Yeah.
So it's not just local. I go right across the board. And it's not because somebody's from overseas, because some of these overseas that were selected, they show up. I don't know if it was a purpose thing to do for make people say, oh, say we pick overseas players and they're not good. But look here, you had guys from LA flipping FC that was walking through the training and you never picked them based off of some stupid reasons. I don't want to talk everything, right? And forget about them people who couldn't get them passports. But you had players there that were way better than some of them there. I can tell you, Mangatal that is playing there, there was a player that was here that was better than him by 10 times. Right? Okay, but I'm not going to it. Kamangatal doing him thing, and as I say, he was chosen. But you have players there, okay? So and by the way, I'm not saying Lenny Hyde is dunce, right? I'm just
Yeah,
saying there
but
are a
don't
lot
don't
of
don't
them
don't
that
follow.
there.
I'm saying if you don't follow the
So
chat.
I'm not saying I don't want people to. I don't want to. I
Yes,
already
the way I say
intimate. I
already,
make
big
them know
boss.
which particular senior national coach I'm talking about. That and it's not even one. It's about 2. Cause I had one that was there from Boys Town for years. It's the same thing. I don't care who vex on that. You understand? That's why when you have a coach, a coach coming in with a little bit of brain matter, them always dominate the other one them so. Because the general thing is that a lot of them dunce. Them head tough. Okay? Right? Um yeah, but somebody here saying that he doesn't have any certification. Same thing I'm telling you. Right? Okay? You're asking somebody who don't have any certification, right? And and you can ask him to go in and take a in your mouth and take out your teeth and him don't have any certification, right? Um I just answering some of your questions.
No, I'm just
Jason
putting.
Guna
Yeah,
asking.
You may put it up on the screen.
Adrian Reedus counted as our best player overall. Who said that? I want to know if I'm Jason Guna. I never said so. I never said so. You understand? I hear Dixon name the captain. What does he do? Look here. All I can say is that I don't know who said that these were the best players, right? I don't know. What I can tell you is that one of the ones them who would have started in a Premier League, I would have said did well. Some of them did poorly yesterday. Some of them didn't do badly. But as I said, it's a team game, and when other members of the team do poorly, the team itself going to carry down. It took a spectacular goal from one of those Premier League players. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. The person here saying Lenny would be better than Meron. I don't think in the short space of time.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Lenny would have made a difference. He would not.
Yeah.
I can tell you, he would have probably gotten a backside in, even worse.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
Yeah, it's hard to convert the players them, but maybe you would still have attempted to play football, you know, which is okay.
TikTok seems to be very dunce, because if you don't know which coaches I'm talking about, I'm talking about 2 national senior coach, right? You can do your work and say how many national senior coaches in the last how many years were local. So that is very simple to do. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Grant, as I said, that was one of the questionable one, because the USA had talked about losing him and another forward that is there. You understand? Okay.
So you have any information of us trying to improve ways to fix these selection policies?
I know for a fact. Okay, listen now. What I can say is that I know that there's an effort to have a selectors to select from the various regions and so on. Okay, and I know for a fact that even for this team, they had some people that had that thing to do with the selections. But the problem is that the coach had the final say. So when you have certain name players that were recommended, I can say even 2 of those players from overseas, they were recommended to the coach and strongly recommended. But the coach made his final selection. Devil Dog, big up in the morning, yeah? Yeah, man. So that is one of the things. Somebody has said Cohen hasn't shown up as yet. He has done well, I think, in the first match. You understand? Okay. Let me just go through this thing.
Yeah, man, let's go to 2 more, and because
fitness. Warren Webster, fitness is not a problem. It shouldn't be, because that was one of the things that they touted.
No, but what you mean the fitness is not a problem, leader? Which one of them give me so we finish?
No, listen. No, look here. To be honest, what happened here now is the recovery, and because they're not rotate, they don't have that rotation. USA made a rotation in the squad, don't it?
Yes, but they dominated the game just the same. So
that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, listen up. We are unable to make that big rotation in our squad. We couldn't. If look here, I see somebody had mentioned last night on some program that the coach always wanted to come third. If he wanted to always come third, then he could have rotated out the squad once he get the 3 points.
So he could have rotated the squad. That's how we know it's a lie. That's how we know it's a lie, brother. That's how we know it's a lie.
That's how I know it's a lie.
It's a lie.
He did not rotate out his squad. He did not.
Me don't know who come up with them story. Who listen to them crappy about the man here try come third? Come third to what? Come third to what?
I don't remember the name of the person, but when the person come with that, I said, what, seriously?
Come third to what?
If they were satisfied, if they wanted to come no more than third, they would have rotated out the squad, changed out everybody, and just put out a team and say, okay, we don't want to pick up no more card and so. Okay? And Captain Rico.
Yeah,
defense
good,
but you don't have, that's not the defense I was talking about. That's not the defense. That actual defense has never started together. And even if you bring off a certain player and bring on,
but leader, from the first game they were tired. After 70 minutes they were tired.
And we know the reason.
We claim that it's because of some of them traveled late. But the next game we do the same thing. We were tired before, leader. You know what is the problem why we are tired, leader? It is not because of no jet lag and no traveling or nothing, leader. It is because the way we play football 100 miles an hour with no head, with a headless behavior. There is no care how fit you is. If you take up the American players them and tell them to try complete what Jamaicans do, the only difference is because they are better passers and they are way more educated in football than the bulk of the Jamaican players them. So they would have might struggle to come over the line, but they would have been tired just the same. It's a style, the madness.
JD, let me just make one third on TikTok because I'm not going to answer no more things from him after this.
Yeah, man.
My attitude is not right because they don't like people that talk the truth. Okay? Not because, look here, let me tell you something. Sometimes you have a coach or you have players that rack up a lot of goals against some little mediocre teams, and then or they wins against some mediocre teams that not full strength, and then they say, oh yes, this person is a good coach. When I say I have not the best local coach that I have seen years ago. That it must be about, I don't know if it's 81 or what. It was Jeffrey Maxwell. He was not too bad. And him never get the thing to work. And I make some questionable selections also. Well, what he was offered. But I can say that most of the others are, I don't want to hear who vexed it. Them just play one type of thing and they just cannot adapt. You understand?
Yeah.
And it shows. So if anybody want to say that this gentleman is saying that Mr. Tapa was a great coach, better than don't know about that.
That's a lie, man. That's a lie.
I don't know where he want to think that, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to argue no more. Because
man, don't argue, leader. Yeah, finish your point.
People, I'm not argue with them. So, TikTok, I'm not answer
yeah, man, not argue with him. So, let me link up later in the leader because me go take 2 more calls and then we will do maybe a later short.
Yeah, man, we can talk.
All right, yeah, man. We can chop it up better. Yeah, man. Bossy. All right. So, let me call back Stefan before. Yeah, man, guys. We have 116 here. Hit the like button once our people them come in. We know it's early for a lot of people, but once our people come in, we hit the like button. I want to go through all the other teams right after I do take this call to finish off the stream. All right, yeah, man. So big up yourself, Stefan. How you doing, man? I saw the missed calls, but because leader was on the phone, so I just let him finish up his point. You know.
Yeah, man, JD. No leader show, man. Man. What go on?
Yeah, man, but you call me, you say me feel knock you back, me just make you give a take, you know? Are you the calling now?
So
are you the call? Okay.
No, man. I have 3 points, right? So the first point, Demo, somebody who may have a lot of time for based on sometimes so analyze the game and or rationalize in terms of how the game is, right? But to be honest, JD, Demo no say nothing accurate earlier. Right? Nothing at all what the man said was accurate. I had to rewatch the game because I never watched the second half. Right? So I end up having to rewatch the whole entire game. Right? And even at one point in time, I heard the commentator saying that both of these teams seem to prefer a more direct style of play, right? With this long ball over the top with no build up. However, Guatemala would have executed a lot more passes around the back, right? And that's what we saw. To me, that's clearly what we saw in the game, right? Even up, we received the red card in the 52nd minute. Guatemala scored in about 20 minutes afterwards, probably like in the 77 minute. And even the commentator was saying, boy, they can't even seem to take advantage of being one man up. Right? So I'm really not sure which game they are watching.
I remember me, I don't watch it with the commentator, and I watch it without the commentator. But I'm just interpreting what's going on in the field.
Right. Exactly. So I'm really not sure which game they are watching, Bridging. But for me, it was more of no build-up play, Bridging, right? And this more direct style of football, which people
I think the commentator might slightly be wrong there on Guadeloupe's part because all of Guadeloupe's passes came from midfield to the diagonal side wings. So we can't say they weren't building up the play because inside midfield over in the next half them actually make the diagonal one for drop on over the you're watching it, so clearly you know over the left hand side they
Yeah, I
target
mean,
over the left hand side or right hand side every single time. They overload one side and then switch the play over and over and over and over. So I think that they build up. I am okay with Guadeloupe's build up. Maybe they're not the swashbuckling Mexican, American style, or maybe Honduras style, Costa Rica style, but they build up properly. I think so. I think Jamaica has no build up possibility. They have none, like zero. First
so,
meter weight. But no, and the number 14
so,
him turn back and him kick it like a quarterback. Me never see this in my life. Me see
so,
3 passes and him take one. Can't do.
so JD, that's how we see. To be honest, that is the same exact thing I saw. Right?
No,
I saw
Stefan, we
Guatemala
know.
doing a lot more passes around the back and a little bit more build up than what we were doing. But at times they would seem to go over the top as well. But
Yeah,
I
man,
saw them doing a little bit more build up,
Stefan,
build up than us.
but Stefan, if you're in a midfield, right over the halfway line, and you put it over the top in the wide channel, them that's a really long ball, yeah. Because already in the next half, that's what I try to say. But because to them know, so them want to get between Malina, they want to get between Malina and the number 3. That's why them have to lift it over the top, because them now come from the right midfield side. Them come from the central midfield side for go over the top. So that's why them do it, because them see Malina only want attack.
Well, JD, that means it, right? And the only point where I would agree with him is that really and truly, we never really see Guadeloupe offer much going forward, right?
True.
I mean, yeah, I really didn't see them offer much going forward. And I mean, and even after they made the change in the second half, right? And they really didn't offer much going forward, right? So that is where I would say, all right, yeah, fine, fair enough. And just 2 more points, JD, right? The initial reports that we got of this team was that this team was a more defensive team and they had good defensive attributes. Now, after 2 games, right, and people were wondering where the goals will come from. After 2 games, we scored 5 goals, 5 different players. After 2 games, we conceded 4 goals, right? So that's basically 2 goals per match. And with the possibility of conceding another goal or more in the last game in a round.
Yes.
So I'm wondering.
But leader said we don't have a best player them on the field. So me not understand how this man me no know. So
Boy, JD. So me hear leader say, that look here, man, one of the players who we should have gotten.
Stefan, you're worried, say. JD, you were saying Guadeloupe no seems to want to win the game. Your analysis was spot on, no bias. Yeah, because Stefan, even when you had said that they were not threatening, the man that had the most of the ball.
JD.
But look, Stefan, go back and look at the number 11. And him have the most ball in the 2 halves them. I treat him so bad.
Exactly.
Him terrible. Every time he hold the number 3. Me I say, at Jamaica, me I support, But me I say, then why him not take on the damn man? Because this I get upsetting now. We just want him go past the man. Stop trying to cut back and pass the ball. That's the whole thing, If the man just say him, look, you have a man with a 7'80" in the box. Me don't know how him a 16, but him a 7'80". The 2 ball with them game in the entire game, nobody don't touch him. Them not take the ball from him. Him kick one and him scuffle one. So him get the ball and turn. So as the winger, the first thing you're saying, me try whip it into this man more often because him taller than everybody, him stronger than everybody. And him give Costa Rica. So even if you never believe same good, the way him deal with Costa Rica, because I remember he was a problem, In a Costa Rica game, once him so big, him so big, him 2 times taller than him 2 times taller than the Costa Rican players,
Yeah.
So even though you say
Look here, man.
even though you say it was not threatening, me see the danger there. And me I say, let me see how good this man is as a coach, because them not activate them danger. Them in a attacking third, I try to figure out the best way to score the best goal. But it just never turn out for them. But them it's still in the danger era. Them just never want to do the way where we class as danger. Like if them not whip the ball in, low and keep a dive and answer that thing because we love excitement. I just we that as a culture, Stefan. We love excitement. So if through them not whip it in, it seems like them not create nothing, but them call it entries, and they are making more entries than us. And we are stop them, and them give the ball to our midfielder. You see what we talk about when him cut it back around 4 times and him give it to our midfielder. So unlike we take the ball from him cut number 3 and give it to the midfielder. That's our midfielder, not team midfielder.
Agree. And I mean, our defensive style, our setup invites these teams who are not necessarily better than us. Because I think Guadeloupe better than us, Virgin.
I mean, agree here.
Our setup invites these teams, right? Our setup invites these teams to let them have some form of confidence to say, all right, here what? Them not really pressure us. Them not really high press. Them not really pressure us to the point where we're flustered. We could play the ball and see what can happen. And that's why the man beat it. Because I think Guadeloupe better than we, Virgin.
And it's hard for me to turn up and say, boy, I think Guadeloupe better than we. Because football is about fundamentals. And I think them have the fundamentals.
I agree, but I agree, but I'm saying based on what we saw on the field, yes, we might can say they had better passes around the back. I will concede where that is concerned.
But they have better passes in midfield as well, Stefan. They have better passes in midfield as well. Maybe not as much as what you would like.
Not as much. Not as much, but it was more than what we provided.
No, we can't start Jamaica out there, but not as much where you don't want a team where if it dominate the game have in midfield. That's what you're saying then.
Exactly, because because when you look at Panama, when you look at all the other teams and leaving out Mexico and USA, all the other teams seem to want to involve the middle of the pitch, right, and play through them to connect the forwards. You understand me? That's what I think. That's what I think at this age level. So when you hear someone and say, "Boy, these are youngsters, and we can't expect." Virgin, other countries are doing it.
Brother,
other countries are doing it.
I would wish some people go and watch Honduras, El Salvador. Just go and watch them.
But they're not watching JD. The man, not JD. The man, them not watch the other games. They're not watching the other games.
Are not normal. So comparing to what?
JD, is that?
Yeah, continue, brother.
It's like we are comparing ourselves with ourselves and I say we are the best.
Yeah.
That's all we are doing. Because they're not watching the other games to see that, look here, other teams are doing it.
I never knew it would have took this game for somebody call in and tell me what me I try to say to people for 2 years. No, it answer.
Right?
We are comparing ourselves with ourselves.
We are comparing ourselves with ourselves and saying we're the best and not watching the other teams.
Our culture as well. And our culture as well, because remember, me have to bring to YouTube to tell people, say, listen to me, when you're 17 and it's 15 to 17, and that's the place where you learn the most in your career to turn out to be a professional footballer. Where you come tell me, boy, you're a little pitney. When everybody else are trying to turn professional footballer in that time, if not full professional in that time. And you are telling me about them a little kid, and you have to take time with them, and this and that. Bellingham them how much? How long Bellingham be pan super farm? How long Pedri them Gavi them? How long they are on super farm? You understand me? We need to learn football before we come and talk football then. Because clearly we don't know nothing about football. You get me? We only apply our logics them or we have in our daily lives. And then say, okay, so it should go. Oh, youth them, stop pressure the youth them. Brother, you pick up football, anybody should be able to talk. If we see something, we should be able to talk. Our light bill we are use, our time we are use for watching the damn games them. So why we can't talk? You understand me?
Yeah, man, so I agree, Virgin. So, and to me, this boil on and coaching, Virgin, right? This boil on and coaching and what are we exposing the youths to? Because in fairness, 1 and 2 times, just glimpses, when you see the players, when you see the boys actually try to make some short passes, right? It's not like so them can't pass none at all. It's just like, is it that the man an instruction to just say, hey, kick the ball long, or play a little bit more direct,
but
get the ball up.
Be honest. But look, I'm going to give you a trick question here. Because what we deemed as passing in Jamaica is not really passing either, you know. Because remember, passing, all people class if you can pass the damn ball, you know. You can pass out of real problems, you know. Messi Jamaica can't
So
pass.
that's
6-yard passes out of problems, you know. 6 yard, they gave it back to Cuba 4 times, you know. People go and look, you know. 4 times in their own 18-yard box, you know. Cuba never really want to score either.
Yeah.
Them give it back 4 times in them 18-yard box. So anytime the press come and any one of the Jamaican team them, they can't pass out tight. Somebody even sure if them can actually pass.
Bridging that me say so. I don't know if I'm here I watch something else and someone I watch something else. I honestly can't tell you. But that me say Bridging.
Yeah man, yeah man.
Only can talk to me.
So what you think? You have faith say them can go through? Because me done with faith, you know.
Faith, look here, JD, there's a possibility that we end up 4th in the group, you know. Just bear that in mind.
No, but the possibility is too big for we to end up 4th. Because what
the possibility is low. Hold on. The possibility is low. The possibility is low. However, it is still a possibility.
Okay.
So when the group finish, I will me I wait until tomorrow.
It's way too hard for come forth. Let me put it up on the screen so people can see it. I think it's way too hard. If we come forth, people know.
I agree.
Big boss. If
I agree.
If we come forth, me indulge fighting people, but me have to fight Meran. If we come forth.
I agree with you. No, me agree with you. I agree with you. I don't think we're going to come forward. You know, I'm just saying that the possibility is there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, cause see it here, you know. We are on minus. We are on plus 1. Cuba is on minus 6. But you know, say a true attack. You know why a true attack, guys? You know why a true attack, guys? You know why a true attack? You see, sometimes we're not checking right, you know, guys. We're not checking right, you know. You know why a true attack? We would have said a 6 goals Cuba need. No, Cuba no need 6 goals. If Cuba score 3 or 4 on Guadeloupe, Cuba would have been on minus 3. If Jamaica concede 4, which is highly likely,
exactly.
It's highly likely. If Costa Rica want to take it serious, it's highly likely. We drop down to last. We drop down to last. But at that same time, at that same time, if you score 3 on Guadeloupe would have been on minus 3 as well. So we would have won. Guadeloupe, they would have to score 3 and Jamaica concede 4. You understand me? 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5. So it goes down to goals. No, Jamaica scored more goals as well. So the goals scored will have gone in favor. If Jamaica get 5, they definitely drop out. If they get 5, they drop out. If they get 5, surely they drop out. And 5 is not impossible either too. You get me? It's not impossible either. You get me?
May I wait and see, GD? Because I wait and see. So, you know, but I mean, it boils down to coaching. You understand me? And the instructions and the style of play that we tend to prefer. Because all our teams play the same way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man, but me never look on it like you, know. So me have some respect because me never look on it like you. Me just say 6 goals them even score in Jamaica. And I can't like me I act like Jamaica goal difference I will always stay the same place. So I true attack. I true attack.
So you know, so and this defensive how we are defensively sound in terms of how the man them put it. Boy, I don't know. I really not see it. The way the man them talk is like, you know, it's one of our best attributes. We score 5 goals and a 5 different goal scorer.
Yeah, but to be honest, they never said goal scoring was our best attribute. They literally said it was the defending. They said we couldn't score goals.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, JD, and I'm saying that's my point. So I'm saying if it is that our defense is what we had prided ourselves on, and if after 2 games we concede 4 goals, right? And to me, with 4 goals, which to me most of them could have been avoided, right? And at the same time, we overachieve in terms of scoring. It's not like a one person scored the whole 5 goals. You understand me? And some of the goals were good goals. I'm really wondering. That initial assessment, did they really assess the team properly? Or is just how the team set up? How them see the team play? You understand me? Is it how they saw the team playing during the practice games, right? Why they came to the conclusion that, look here, man, it's a defensive team we have,
Yeah.
TikTok.
We never said Jamaica now go through. Me literally say me think I'm gonna still make it through. But me not think I'm gonna make it through in second position. Me think I'm gonna actually make it through in third position. So I agree with you. Say Guadeloupe look like them gonna beat Cuba. You understand me? And them gonna be the second man. That's what me.
I agree with that.
That's what me actually look on. So TikTok, you keep on read the room wrong. We had never said that. I literally said I thought that they're gonna go through, because if they don't go through, we'd have to fight the coach. You understand me? We'd have to fight the coach, because that doesn't make no logical sense. You have how much goal difference away from the next team, and you can't make it through when you were in first position after the first game. That would be sad. Yeah, man, big boss. Yeah, man. I true your talk, man. So
yeah, man. So
we link up, big boss. Yeah.
Yeah, go on that. Yeah, man. So we link. See, some of us go and watch JD. Right.
All right.
Cool.
All right. So Stefan, that's why sometimes I'm sure so we don't know everything, and I don't act like I know everything. I write them down because I'm not perfect. So that's why when I'm here talking, I know I'm talking from a standpoint. All right. So. Well, me plug in the phone. Me have to make Neil finish. Finish up, Neil, because the phone is on 17%. How you doing, big boss?
Well, go on, JD.
We're there, I know more, and chop up the rest of the story. But when you're done, me take a half an hour and go through all of the other teams then, because we have to talk about the other teams then. We can watch those games and tell the people how good they are. Yeah, so when they do see them, yeah.
Yeah, man,
but before you start, brother, we have 119 people here, and I can't believe after 2 hours we are telling us to hit the damn like button to pass 100. All right, so I don't know what I have to tell you. I'm not going to tell you again. All right, your fingernail. If you don't want to hit it, you don't hit it. You put all dislike on it the opposite way, so we know who you are. All right, yeah, man. Continue, big boss.
JD, want to game yesterday? I'm here to tell you, and I just game yesterday. You see right now? If they go through in the third place, who Jamaica go play?
If them go through in the third place is not going to be so easy, because third place over here would be runners up in Group E. That could still be Mexico or Panama. And right now, Panama don't look like a soft soap. Panama don't look like Mexico will run over them. You understand me?
Me can't tell you right now. Nobody's having a soft soap. Jamaica now beat Panama.
No, we never said Jamaica beat Panama. We already said Panama better than Jamaica as well. But I'm saying Panama versus Mexico. Oh, people not sure if Mexico are gonna come second. Obviously, me being Mexican, I'm gonna always say them are gonna come first. But Panama and a big either team,
Whichever one of them with the football where we are play, me don't have football we are play or rugby. Can me them send a player on the field one at a time. I don't know if the rugby player is a football player. JD, if you listen to a coach there, a coach I talk about big players and or Jamaica play them big, and sometimes I wonder if a football we really play or a rugby we got them to go play. Because me can understand two type of football. Me not understand the way coach that I play. Or because they must rugby. Because when me look for this, and I wonder if you realize it. Me nah bash no player, but reality. I wonder if you realize it. All our star player them when we send overseas. I tell them when I come back to the country, sneakily. You understand? so me I try to wonder what the problem, because people say we have the fast and whatever they call it, but why all of the young players them where people boots up, sending them overseas, how come all of them I take them and sneak back in their country sneakingly? You understand? Remember, when the last transfer window come, everybody I say, why Tyreek McGee not get loan out to a next club in Belgium? So I always ask people, if you get loan out, somebody not want you?
Yes, facts. That is true.
A man can't just text a player and send come you, I never ask him fee.
So now that me this say to people, so people not for want if you want to be loaned out. So I understand where this like how we are coming to that conclusion, like wow, we that good. So we always get a position, me not understand. It confused me as well. It really confused me the time. Like me really ask question to say, what me not see what them see? Cause me not understand why them what them think overseas. What them think overseas like them feel like say a big E that ball at the overseas. For them things that we just turn up and we have position we take. Majority of the success we talk about we build it up in our head and a lie we tell people. You understand me? Overseas not easy to compete with, brother. See a story people have make up to make it sound good like we are the world apart overseas.
Exactly what me go say to you, look well, JD. I feel say there's enough of them players there when we are boots up. I feel say people build up things in their head and you have their mind. You understand? Because remember now, how we play football at Jamaica. You see, for a man, shit some man, and everybody say we're the best player. You see? So me can't understand why all our young players them has gone to people who are talented. At the time when they come back in their country. Look on Lamar Walker, they come back from USL, and I think like in a top league, they come back from USL.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
At the time come back in their country. You see me I say?
Yeah.
So me can't understand me,
Yeah, man,
me
we
watch
are here.
football daily. And when me see Jamaica play right now, me I tell you the truth. If Jamaica finish third in the group, as well coach, because that's the coach me want. So he get when he want
Yes.
say want finish third. If Jamaica finish third in the group, based on where me see, because me watch all that game. Based on where me see, and me attack not as a Jamaica. Me attack as a man who watch the game then. Jamaica now be Panama nor Mexico. Not even close.
And
Right now, as far as where me see.
I would agree with you. I would
Jamaica-
agree with you. I don't think we're ready for those teams, you know? I don't think so, you know?
The Jamaica now playing a ball. I don't know. Regine, sometimes I one day see. All them choose coach at Jamaica to coach them team. Me I wonder all them choose to coach them. Like they just give them a job and say, well, you take it and just do what you want. Cause me not understand how what kind of football a team a play. Brother. Some rugby style football Jamaica play. Me never see Jamaica play football and I try to pass the ball, keep the ball. Zin?
Me get two clips. Me get two clips nearly on my phone. Where the man them sending where commentator talk about Jamaica in 1996. And all me I tell people, when you better glad say them Englishmen did come. Because even the commentator say the football where Jamaica plays so horrible. These 4 Englishmen are like the saviors for Jamaica. And as soon as they are not on the pitch, it just don't look the same. And when Neil come off, I try to play the clip for you. That's a 1997. So someone who never born, only can get to hear the truth what people perceive Jamaica as back then. So when you hear that the man them never come save no Jamaica, brother, Jamaica was done and dusted in the World Cup qualifiers. The impossible them man they come in and did. At least Burton came in and did. Alright? The impossible. Me literally have the clip and I'm gonna play it, make you hear it. When I can't believe when me never hear that. But that's how long of football terrible. That's how long of football is terrible. A long time.
Then JD, you mean watch the under 20 game? When the commentator, a commentator say, what is Jamaica trying to play? Me, JD, if a commentator can't understand when team are trying to play, and you're going to tell me, say, no, them man are the brightest young coach at Jamaica where they have. So are we kind of so that means to say football doom.
Agreed, man. It's
that
sad,
means to say
man.
football, and something you talk and people like a certain person and now but yeah, the people have to talk the truth, brother. You can't attack and try to talk out of 2 sides of your mouth, brother. I mean, I'm trying to kill no team. Me attack based on what me see. Jamaica now play no ball, brother.
Teddy Lee, come on, Teddy Lee. Me not need to hear what you have to say, Teddy. Me just tell you that me hear the commentator them say, and me hear it in 2016. The only time I ever hear somebody talk raving about Jamaica quality of football is only when them have Schaefer's in. Them say them could have clearly see a system. That's the only time I ever hear in the last 20 odd years. So me can't come and tell you any lie. That's the only time. And ironic, at the only time we seem like we're gonna compete with teams outside the Concacaf. That was the only time. So I'm not gonna come and lie to you, Teddy. Me not care if you think say Burton are better than Low. Me not care, because remember the perception of how Jamaica view football is not how the world view football. Me kind of 1000% sure of that. You get me? Because me never hear nobody talk about Walter Boyd as the commentator. A Burton me hear them talk about, but Jamaican people talk about Walter Boyd. You get me? A Burton me hear them talk about. You get me? Bailey and Nicholson mash up Belgium, and Zimenez look like he's going to do the same. We have many others who are capable. Stop the eating and foolish. Jamaicans have much talent as anywhere. I don't know what you're talking about, TikTok, because the fact is talent is much more of a broader base than what you think talent is. You think talent is running up and down and kick a ball. It's way more than that, brother. You get me? We have the facts here. The man them never mentioned Walter Boyd, because everybody we know football, we have football sense worldwide. He clearly said Burton was the man.
Yeah, the man tell me, a JD.
Me no business if Burton better than Low. Me no know how good Low is. A Jamaican people say good. Me never hear nobody else a foreign say him good. Me never hear nobody with the highest license name say him good. Me no know. Me never say him no good. But me never hear nobody really say him good more than Jamaican people. That's all. I mean, hear not even Jamaican coaches really say him that good. You get me? Everybody say he's a big person. He was a big person back then, and him physical. That's what we did know. Me never know him have no superhuman baller and the best Jamaican baller ever. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think you guys not giving the right people that play for the country the credit. Of course, the English players save us. No, Dr. Gigi, nobody make it talk like that. You get me? But Rene Simons talk exactly like that. And then me hear the commentator talk exactly like that. But Jamaica talk the opposite direction. You get me? No, but me never bring in no competition, you know. But no, Nandilo and wait again, you know. Teddy, stop your ass foolishness, man, and listen, man, my youth. You hear me say nothing about Nandilo? Now you bring up Nandilo, brother? Stop your ass foolishness, man. What did I bring here, man? You hear me bring up Nandilo? Me talk about the player. What me talk about? Me never bring nobody else in the conversation, brother. And you bring the people in the conversation done. Me care about Nandilo, me talk about one man. Me talk about the people them we actually do the job when me are hearing the clip. Me never talk about Nandilo. Me care about Nandilo. My God, man. You just a make up story as you go tell you. Stop a foolishness, man. Sure.
Because that's all the man them do. Anytime you talk about something,
you come a strong man argument and just fling in something else and talk a bag of foolishness. Oh, why Maggie come back to Jamaica because he can't make it in Belgium? That's the truth.
No, that's why he come back.
That's why he can't make it in Belgium. No care what kind of lie you not tell people. That is the truth.
Yeah, man, that's the truth. And JD, yeah, man say, oh, me not like local band players. Brady, a football me I watch. Me not watch a man because me like them. Me I watch football.
Me don't know why me can't start. Me just say me have a clip on my phone. Me just say me have a clip, you know. And when I hear it, it sounds like the man them was the saviors. And when we are talking in Jamaica, we act like the man them never exists. And when we hear Mr. the coach, him talk like the guys them was the saviors. And so me say why everybody have importance talk as if those 4 players was the saviors for Jamaica. But yet see when we talk, we always say we could go back to Jamaican tradition, the 1998. But the 1998 would have mean that the English guy them are the saviors. The youth no have no choice if he chose to come back home. Chevis, no, because him couldn't make it, Chevis, it still remain him couldn't make it. Why we keep on always hiding from the truth, Chevis? The man never good enough to make it because the players are better than him there. And that's our problem. That's how we spend so long on people. The man himself tell him out of his own mouth. Say it's difficult to make it there. Him never come and tell it. So me respect him more than even the commentator because me don't know how not defend. The man tell us him couldn't make it. Him have videos where him tell us say him never learned football in Jamaica. That's what him actually tell you. Say him never learned football in Jamaica. Because whatever that teach him and hype him up was not the truth. The man literally said that out of his mouth. And Jamaican people still are defend it here. Even the man literally said that out of his mouth in a deal. It's on YouTube, you know, people just type in Maggie interview and him tell you, you know. And people want to argue something where the man said out of his mouth. Wow.
The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. The man just couldn't make it in a Belgium. And he has to come home back. See? So, me not see where people are trying to hide round, and try to beat round bush, and I try to grow like, and no can't make it. Then if me good enough in that, stay a Belgium. If me good enough in that, stay a Belgium.
People don't want to make money. So nobody now fight against Jamaican players. If the man are good enough, he may make the team. And he may good enough for just a next Jamaican player. Or just a next player. Simple, end up.
So where you can't talk the truth. You understand? If a man been good enough, in a still a Belgium play, in a get game, because not good enough, you have to come on back. So, Jenny, every time you talk about something, the man them try to turn it and a compete.
Yeah, man, me not go pay Teddy no mind. And once me done, me not take no more call Teddy after the call your next show. Because me not go listen to Teddy. You get me? Because me never bring up no Nandilo. Me just tell you, say, when me hear the coach attack, when me hear the coach will actually qualify us, he have them as the savior. He thought that they weren't going to qualify either. And he just saw a man pop up, actually came with somebody just on a tour, pretty much, and then come at the training, and then end up to be a part of our savior. So that's exactly where it go, because that's what the man say, and that's what the commentator say as well. So let me stop be over the top, man. You get me? Yeah, Teddy, you have your mindset set up in your head, Teddy. I'm going to slow you alone. Because be a foolishness in a comment attack, pure foolishness. Who they talk about Zimenez? Well, Zimenez time now go come in, now go see it. Me tired of Teddy, man. Me tired of him, man. Him coming, him just fling off. You know what? When you time out Teddy out of this Ross channel, don't block him, you know, time him out. If him not talk to the conversation, we time him out. Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're time. Remember time Teddy out. Okay, no, let me don't time him out. Because I come back to him sense now. Him stop the foolishness, no? Yes, me tired of him, man. Me tired of him, man. Me don't know where Zimenez come. Like him just a try. And then make Jamaican people hate me, you know. Because if the people listen to me, I say, you know, me not talk foolishness, you know. I just them a spin the narrative, you know. Because when I try to set up, oh, me not like Maggie was not good enough. That's why I never make the Ross team. Me not ask you, me I tell you. Me go there myself and see the other players them. You never go nowhere, Teddy. Me not idiot. Me go there myself. If you want me to talk, me go to myself. Alright? Me go to myself and see the other players them. Alright? Me go to myself. So me not go tell you no foolishness. The other play them better. I mean, they tell it, me said to you 1.5 years ago. But, and what I want to say happened to 2 years later. Him can't win business.
But it's not. You talk about Maggie. Them talk about Boza and Zimenez. Nobody them talk about Boza and Zimenez. You understand?
Well, TikTok, me go there myself, and me see said other player them contributed more and they're better than Maggie. So what the one thing we talk about is dribbling. Me see the other players them and they are better dribblers as well. Me see them for myself. Alright, so if them not believe me, me have to show the proof. No problem. No problem. Me see them for myself. Me never see Maggie. Me see them for myself because Maggie never even play. Maggie never even play when me go there. Because me go there to see him. And me never see him. So what? Me never see him. So what we're saying now, the people fight against, you know, every time it's just people fight against Jamaica. Brother, once you turn up in the games, you can't hide anymore, man. You're too lie, man.
Our TikTok video say. TikTok, you know what TikTok I say?
I'm done with TikTok, yeah, man.
Say Maggie better than what if I play in Belgium, and not because I play never make it that mean to say no good. You man never say Maggie no good. You man say man not good enough. So that's why they back at Jamaica. You never good enough.
Look, you can be good. You can be the best player in Jamaica, and you go up on a team, and you go up on a team, and you go up on a team, and the other man them better than you, and them can't keep up on the team. So no, you can still be the best Jamaican player just the same, you know. I wonder if you don't realize that I've just said you can be the best Jamaican player just the same, but you're just not better than the other kids them. Simple.
Yeah, the establishing team, man.
Yeah, so,
But
yeah, yeah,
what me I say? What me I say? JD. Me can't see Jamaica and the same team beat either Mexico nor Panama. If we do it, it's a miracle. Me nah, I don't tell you. You understand?
yes,
And no
and I
matter where the
second that as well.
team,
You have to prove me right. You have to prove me wrong.
yeah, man.
Me not think you beat none of them team. I think all them team are better than Jamaica. All of them team, yeah, which is Mexico, United States, Canada, Honduras, Costa Rica. All of them better than Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, even Haiti
Me tell
team,
you,
me think they're better than Jamaica as well. And El Salvador as well too.
really,
And Panama as well
I don't
too.
know.
All of them
You
teams
have to
there,
talk it true.
better than the teams them in
You
our
have to talk it
group.
true.
Them would have slap up the
You
teams
have
them in
to talk
our
it true.
group, bro. Except Costa Rica, which we name Costa Rica. And that is just the truth. You get me? So we are playing worse teams and not getting the results, but yet say they want me come here and tell you lies. If you go to watch the games, then man, you see it for yourself, man. The football in Honduras a play, brother. Me never see a Jamaican team play that in my lifetime. Me never see a Jamaican team play that in my lifetime when me see Honduras 17-year-old them a play. Me never see a Jamaican team play it in my lifetime. Majority of footballer with them people. We need to talk the truth, brother. We are not a footballing nation, and that we have to figure out as well. Because most of them team with the football them play, we never play in our life. We just prideful. We never play them football in our life.
JD, me remember, go back in 98. The last game we played in 98 against Mexico. How did we beat you one? Mexico?
And Mexico give us 6 man. What you talk about, man? So me not fight with Teddy. Me not fight with Teddy. Me not fight with him anymore. Because that's 6 we get from Mexico. You get me?
Listen. If English player never come, Jamaica wouldn't qualify for the World Cup. I tell you that
We packed up and done. We packed up and done, and we just say we are play out the games them. Literally, we just play out the games them and I give it. We're hall. We're hall. That is the only thing we're doing. In a 1998, we packed up and done. We just say we are going in every game and just give to all and anything happen. And then one result come, and the second result come, and it was Burton. So me don't know what else me need to come here and tell you no and lie to you no. Me don't know what me can come here and tell you and lie to you no.
Yeah, me watch the whole 98 campaign. I mean, I tell you, if English player never come, Jamaica and qualify for the World Cup.
No, that's a 1,000% facts. That's a 1,000% facts. That's just
Jamaica wouldn't qualify for the World Cup.
Let me be honest. Not even the Englishman them never think that they're going to qualify either. Nobody never think they're going to qualify. So we're not going to act like said the Englishman them come and them they think they're going to qualify. Them just believe that they're going to just give them all. So nobody never think Jamaica going to qualify in 1998. Them just believe that they're going to go out and give it their all every time. And that's it. And if we turn up and we get down to the final 2 games, then we can start believe back. And when it's final 2 games come, we start believe. After we never believe we are gonna wear. Go back and check the tapes them.
No.
I was there here in a real life.
Man, if you stop your foolishness, man, and just talk the truth. You understand? Because it's truth. Now, look till you talk the truth. And if a man they're not good enough, me I go talk it. Me not care what nobody wants to say. You understand? Me not go beat around the bush and I go on all kind of things attack. People want you to come out here and spread unity and meet every morning. You understand? That's the only way they will agree with you.
Yeah,
Man say him with more well better than Shape and Shape play defensive football. JD, we play
Owen some of correct. We start believe when the Brits them came in. But Owen, the vibes that I got is when we won the first and second game. I thought that we start believe. You know, we might have the slight belief that we could have qualified, but we never have the strong belief that we are gonna qualify. Right out. And when the second game we get the result, that's when we start thinking and say, yeah man, this look like it'll work, you know, because this man has scored, you know. Remember we never have Burton, we don't know who Burton is. Burton come follow a man. Come follow a man in Jamaica. I follow Burton, come follow a man in Jamaica, you know, guys. Him never come to play in Jamaica, you know. I follow him, come follow a man here, so Jamaica never know nothing about him, you know. I'm saying a follow man come on the training as well, you know. Say follow man come and follow man come on the training, you know. And that make you qualify for World Cup, you know. So, me wonder if people know that, you know. Guys, that is exactly what happened, you know. We never know Burton, you know, at all, you know. A follow him.
Jenny.
Wow.
I wonder if some of them realize that Costa Rica beat with 9-0 in 1999. Eh?
Yes, right after when we say we are change up the thing.
I wonder if man realize that Costa Rica beat with 9-0. So me don't know where some of them money are talk about. JD, let me tell you. Me watch the whole 90th campaign. And if English man they never come, Jamaica can qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah man. Brown Beard said, JD, you think Garden should be around the senior team? No. I think these should go on records and people should take if you fail and you claim to say you have a big deal and you fail, you should go back. Yeah, they should be penalized. You get me? And tell you what, JF, pay the man them right money. Pay the man them right money so they can get fired. You get me? Pay them right money so they can get fired. You get me? Because it always make it look like they made a do Jamaica service. You get me? And I don't like that style that they are going to come off. So when you fire them, they are going to act like, say, they were doing Jamaica service. No, pay them right money. So that means they are not friend and company. You can fire them. You understand me? So give them full-time contract. Give them full-time contracts and pay them the right money. So you can run them away when they don't fulfill. Yeah, you say you can't. You pay them right money. Say when them don't fulfill what you want them for, you can run them away. You get me? Yeah, man. Pay them right money, man. Period. You continue. Finish up, big boss.
No, him TikTok say Maggie him open a lot a play in a Maggie position, so then try to use him as a winger. So if they can use him, why they never sell him to a different club?
Yeah. But me tell him already. But Maggie say it out of him mouth. The other guys big up yourself, Owen Blake. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, big boss. So finish up. Me I gotta just run through the rest of the thing because I put 89 titles and them thing there. So I want to make the people know exactly what going. Alright? So we link up. Yeah, we link up. Alright. So guys, make sure you smash the like button. Me just finish. Me just want to finish my show. My phone dead. My phone dead, guys. My phone is dead. Alright? Yes, my phone is dead. So let me just go through the rest of the results guys for you. Yes, the rest of the results yesterday and what the implications are. Costa Rica blank Cuba 4-0, which you know that put Costa Rica in a pole position to qualify. Now, no matter what Jamaica do, them can't come first because Jamaica have the slap up Costa Rica whole heap of goals. Alright? So really and truly, me not see it happening. So if we win, we are win 1-0. You get me? Yes, so we are win 2-0 and that would give them +3. I don't think that would have been good enough because and we have to make sure they don't score. So I don't see that happening and I don't see them rotating their squad fully because it's 20 players. So even if you're rotating, you're going to only take out some. You're going to still have starters on it. And your team is better than ours from day one. You get me? So, and the players them coming in, I saw the players them coming in, they don't have this big drop off. Alright, so I think even if they use rotation, I still think they are better than Jamaica and should still be competitive. So I don't see Jamaica winning the game. Yes, if they are going to win it at 1-0, and 1-0 will not be good enough to win the group. So more likely everybody can say it's Costa Rica will come first. Jamaica can try and come second, which would help them out because that would determine if they're going to play Mexico or Panama or Guatemala. Alright? So those are the three that they can play. Guatemala, Curacao, Mexico or Panama. So if they come third, they have to play Mexico or Panama. The loser of the Mexico or Panama battle, that's what they're gonna play. If they come third, they have to play. If they come second, they have to play the winner of Curacao, Guatemala. We more likely will be Guatemala. All right, so that's how Jamaica's fate sets up at this point. Then you have Honduras and 6 points, fully qualified. Don't think they can drop off because their goal difference is +8. So really and truly nobody catching them as well. Because even if Haiti defeat them on the final day, Haiti will be on 6 points. and finish second, but they are not going to be good enough to score 8 goals on Honduras. I don't even think Haiti will beat Honduras in the end. Honduras is better. Honduras is better than what I first thought. I thought that Haiti could have toppled them. I think Haiti is the second best team in it, and Haiti was robbed by the referee, and maybe that's what caused them at the end of the day. But Haiti could finish on 4 points, and El Salvador. No, Haiti might come third just the same, because El Salvador will slap down. Will slap down Suriname. El Salvador will slap down Suriname. I don't see Suriname winning at all. El Salvador will slap down Suriname. To be honest, we're not gonna lie to you, all right? And you know Suriname are my team, so El Salvador will slap down Suriname. So Suriname might come last in this group. Yes, so I think this is what it's gonna set. Maybe El Salvador comes second. Not because they're better than Haiti. So I think El Salvador and this group, anybody come out of this group will be a problem for all the teams. Problem. Alright, Haiti and El Salvador ain't no soft team. I think they're better than all of our teams in our group. Alright, yes. So those are the two coming through based off the results. Alright. And then now this is finalized already. With the top 2, United States and Canada, top 2, just the placement to finish it off. Trinidad over Barbados, I think that's what will happen. Trinidad look like a better team than them. All right, even though United States really let them play football to let them feel good. To be honest, United States could have slapped them down 20-0. You get me? The football was very, very much worlds apart. To be honest to you, all right. And then we have Panama and Mexico. You know that already. We talk about that. So those are the 4 groups at this point. Let me give you the games coming up. Let me give you the matches coming up. Today, Trinidad versus Barbados, Mexico versus Panama. So what I'm going to do, I might have to do 2 in 1. I am going to do Nigeria versus Mexico and Mexico versus Panama. Because the Nigeria is the girl games and the Mexico, that's what I'm going to do. So later, I will have these 2 games set up right here, all right? And then we will have the Trinidad Barbados in the background. And then for 2 o'clock, we could get Canada United States. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do, all right? So based on what we saw, guys, I think it's more poised. It's more poised for a Mexico-United States finals. All right? It's more poised for a Mexico-United States finals, to be honest. And I think we're going to get something close to that. I think anyone will upset them. It would be a Honduras or one of those teams because they make it very tough to play. All right? Yes, Arsenal versus City, 9 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock. I will watch that game and then come on after. All right. So guys, I'm not gonna hold you up. I've done my time 2.5 hours. Thanks yet again for joining the streams. And as what we said, we always keep it real. So massive respect. Just hit the like button on your way out. I put out the shorts. You can always hit the likes on the shorts because I will always do a faster breakdown of the other teams that we don't build up the fan base for as yet. So at least more people can see it. So what you can do is just click a like on it, always leave a comment. It will definitely help us out. All right, yeah man, and follow us on the socials because we will be putting out information. All right, so thanks yet again for another beautiful stream. Massive respect. Peace out.